And once again, a massive thank you to all of our community, all of the people who financially support the show and help it go on each and every week. All of our 87A survivors, they're all there on the screen. King Aloba, Petty Weddy, Sauerkraut, Receding Man, and some new members, Levs, Nukes, Rays, Salty Sticks. Thank you so much. But a massive shout out to our two podcast bosses, Kenny Baker and Cinnamon. All of you are legends who help the shows go on each and every week. Thank you all for your support, just even by listening or watching the show. And we hope you enjoy this week's show. And welcome one and all to episode 144 of the DayZ Podcast. We are joined this week by Falcon. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
So before I go into our other guests on tonight, sadly, Cobra cannot make it tonight, guys. He's been dealing with some, well, we talked about it the other week. His young daughter got a little bit crook, so he can't turn up. Archie is having PC issues yet again. I think he's taking over from me in that aspect of being the boomer of the show. But
Okay,
we
boomer.
have a welcome back, and also sadly, it's our farewell for the one, the only Lad. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you back on again.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not doing too bad.
Awesome.
Right, see you later.
We'll talk more about you a bit later in the show, mate, but it's good to have you back on for a final send-off, particularly after such a interesting week, which brings me to our guest tonight, Friendly. Hey, Friendly.
Hello.
Hey.
Introduce yourselves. So we've got Andy and we've got Valen. How you doing, lads?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're ready to go.
Okay, so it's kind of tradition with the podcast. I get our guests to give us a little bio, and I read it out in my cheesiest, seediest voice I possibly can. Okay, so we're going to start off.
At least it's not the happy birthday one.
And let me know if it's your birthday as well, folks. I do something special for you all. But we're going to start off with Andy. Let's get Andy nice and big on the screen there. In the style of Obi-Wan. Hello there. I'm Andy, co-host of Friendly. Oh, that's a terrible Ewan McGregor accent, isn't it?
Yeah,
Co-host of Friendly.
absolutely.
Roll with it.
Yeah,
Roll with it.
that's awful.
Since switching over from console in 2019, I have around 3,000 hours in DayZ and still can't aim straight. I love music and creating things. Anything technical, I'm all over it. Technical and creative. Eggplant emoji. Sploosh. Dave and I have known each other since we were in single digits, and now the podcast is doing all right. I'm worried I might have to know him for longer than intended. I cut my teeth in Erno Stalker Z, becoming Midas the Mapmaker. Found a great bunch of friends, and since then, we have died on all sorts of service that PC has to offer. Favorite food? Pizza. Favorite song at the moment? Scattered by Green Day. Shoe size? 10. There is beginning a bit of a shoe fetish around DayZ we're finding out. So that's an important stat. If you're an up-and-coming content creator, you need to let people know your shoe size. I'm a 12 to 13, actually, depending on whether it's UK or US sizing. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been away for a month, and all of a sudden, people's developed a shoe fetish. What the fuck have I missed?
You haven't been
Apparently it was
invited
all-
into the club yet. That's all, lad.
It was always there. It just recently popped up.
He's in the club.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And now we have Valen. Hello, all. Dave, co-host of Friendly. Similar background, Andy and I have around 25,000 hours in the game. Oh, sorry, 22,000. What? 2,500,000.
No, just 2,500, but I hit an extra zero for coolness.
No, you
His keyboard's really sticky.
you
That's
meant-
why.
you
Yeah,
meant to-
keyboard's extremely sticky. It's got a skittle stuck in it.
I'm not sure how you understand how the K works. You'd write 2.5K for 2.5,000. You don't write 2,500K because that's 2,500,000. That's
I've got everyone's hours encompassed. All them hours of watching the games, I use them as well.
I can't wait for your hour-long video where you take over a server just by yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm a cartel owner.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
my gameplay is scavenger and rush style. Ex-British Army soldier, medical. Started the podcast with my school friend Andy, and we still have playground humour with dark humour added. Well, as much as Andy allows past edit. There we have it. Guys, thank you so much. I really did enjoy the episode you guys did with Lad and Cobra. And it's great to be able to reciprocate the favour and get you guys in our house. Welcome.
Mm.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
So
Oh,
it was kind of
yes.
interesting. Before the show started, I was asking how things were going. For us, primarily, our audience is here on YouTube. Not just streaming the show live, but even with our views. We get some views over on Spotify and that, but most of our views are on YouTube. Whereas you guys were saying that's where your primary audience is. You're building up quite a following over there on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and that. That's awesome to hear for you.
Yeah, we're like complete opposite to you guys, I guess, in that respect. Our YouTube is just for the people that not everybody has a subscription to something, and some people flip between whatever. And so that's just to make it accessible for everybody and
Yeah.
quite easy to share that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, our Spotify and Apple and these nuts. There it is. That's where our listens come from, really, which is that's how we want it. We want it that way around as well.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. Yep, that's bloody awesome, isn't it, lad? That they've managed to find their forte and just sort of rolling into it because their show format. You got to be on one, so you got to see the behind the scenes of it. But once they're editing and that, it really is a true podcast. Like we're sort of a podcast in name only. It's more just like a live interview, whereas they're doing a true podcast format.
You know what it is? I've got a lot of respect for like your guys' platform, like how you're doing things. Like, obviously, every week we'd have the show, would just have would have people on, we'll have a laugh, have a canny on, and then what you see is exactly what you get. It's completely unfiltered. It is what it is. Whereas you guys, we spoke for ages on so many different things, and when I went back to watch it, I said this before this show started, I was super impressed. You got rid of all of my like silences, ums and ers, and it was like I was forming a coherent sentence, and it was so nice to hear. But it was so canny. It's canny. It's nice to see more people doing a dedicated DayZ podcast, different styles, different different kind of ideas. And you're killing it on Spotify from what you were saying. It's chef's kiss. It's beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah, I think I found it when we recorded our first episode, and we always had the intention of like editing it and let's just make it like polished as much as we could. And then the same as what you're saying, where all of the ums and ahs. I mean, you'll notice today we'll have loads of breaks where we go like that, but we just cut that shit out because if it doesn't add anything to what we're saying, I just bin it because it's meant to be like a bang 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 kind of vibe, and it is just meant to be off the cuff and whatever. And the things that I just cut out are if we stumble on words or unless it's funny, that kind of thing.
That would get us cancelled. Things I say that would get us cancelled.
But no, it's really good that you guys have got that format because it does play well. One of the things that we're always conscious of here is the length of our show, but we just kind of let it roll. Whereas you guys are doing a much more polished and professional presentation. And I 100% agree with what Lad said, Red Falcon, that it's great to see more people doing this around the DayZ game. I imagine some people out there probably thought, there's going to be drama. There's another DayZ podcast. Fuck no. There is so much. This game is so fucking big that there's room for this and then some, isn't it, Falcon?
Absolutely. And the more the merrier. That just is going to bring more attention to the game.
Yep.
And the other thing is there's so many different angles that you could do content on that, the field's wide open as far as I'm concerned.
So what was the inspiration for you guys starting your podcast up?
God. So I'm talking to Andy. So Andy used to stream a little bit of his stalker exploits on his Twitch channel, and I used to do a little, modding for him and his chat, as well as I used to do a little bit of advertisement. Andy sort of fell away from it when we had to all go back to work after furlough went back, and Andy was a little bit busier, so he didn't have much time on his hands. And I said to Andy, "Oh, we need to find a little niche. I mean, that streaming market is just so saturated." Full of
Yes.
some people, so many streamers with 2 viewers, 5 viewers, 6 viewers. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, all that sort of stuff. And I said to Andy, "Do you fancy just doing a podcast?" He says, "Is there any podcasts out there?" And I said, "Let me get back to you." And I stumbled upon your podcast, this format, and I thought, well, if we done it in more of a traditional podcast format, there'll be no toes being trod on. We'll be completely different angle, but we're still hitting the same, we've got the same love. If you were to draw that chart, the one with the 2 circles, in the middle is DayZ, Friendly's on one side, 87.8's on the other side. And that's that's how we come up with it, really. And then Andy, being he's proper technical, he's so good with technical stuff that, and then I was just the idea moron, and Andy does all the real work. So that's how we come up with it, really, and then we just ran with it, and I've really enjoyed it so far, and hope Andy has, listening to my voice like 12 times a day.
I like what Darkwing just wrote in chat. It's a 5v2 fight, but the average age may favour the friendly boys. That's fucking awesome. But no, I love the way you worded that, like with the circles overlapping, DayZ in the middle, and that, because one of the best things about the DayZ community in general as a whole is the amount of collab and mutual support that a lot of people provide. Yeah, there's some drama every now and then, but what isn't there drama in these days? But for the most part, everyone's just out there trying to support, and we're all centered around this love of this fucking amazing, fucking annoying game, DayZ. And it's absolutely brilliant seeing. And just being able to get you guys on here as well, and work with you for the last few weeks as well behind the scenes, which was we'll come to that shortly. I know there's a few people here who want to hear that story, but it's I really love what you guys have done. Even from when I approached you about the idea, and you were like, we were already thinking of something ourselves. It was like, I know why I like these guys. From the moment I found out about your first episode, we've been pushing it, and I'm so glad I have, because you're almost like kindred spirit.
We're just stupid. That's it. We're just stupid idiots. Like, we're up for a laugh no matter what. Like that's the end of it. There's no real story or there's no meat on those bones. That's all it is. We're just we're just stupid.
That is honest. You know what? I vibe with that. I fucking vibe with that.
It's the best way to be. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're super serious, you're gonna get like, annoyed at the smallest thing. Whereas we're just like, whatever.
Like even we'll start touching on it now. But even with the events of today, I was I've literally the last 20 or probably about 36 hours now for me, because I'm in the future and that. But I've just been so hyped for this. Like, I stayed awake until midnight in Australia, so I could start the campaign of disinformation, which technically we started last weekend, Falcon. But the official bombardment, Operation Maverick, as I was calling it, and the reason I did that was time zones. The bane of my existence is fucking time zones, but I knew that would catch some people off guard. For a lot of people forget that there is a big wide world out there still, and that's us Aussies are in the future. They meme at us and joke at us about being in the future, but then they forget about it when it's something like April Fools, and it's like, hang about, it's only March 31st. So I literally loved it, and then you guys came in with it, and everyone was jumping in with it. It's just been what a fucking chance to be able to collab with you guys and DayZ and Wellerton and Asmund and Red. Red Falcon's part of the 87A crew, but it was just an absolute fucking pleasure to, because I'm kind of like what you said, I'm a bit stupid. I have some good ideas, but man, didn't it just take on a life of its own once we need to talk to people about, and then the when we got everyone else in and just watching them already, boom, all the stuff that just come out of nowhere, Wellington and Red Falcon in particular, Jesus,
That's it.
stuff they come up with, boys.
Just get a few creative people in the same room, and sparks flew.
It was like, to put it in perspective, guys, we've been talking about this for approximately 4 to 5 weeks, and bouncing the idea around, and then we started a little secret squirrel Discord. But where I was going with this was about being silly. Part of my disinformation was kind of making myself look to be a bit stupid, in that I was all in the messages and that on the April Fools. Nah, man, this is legit. Have a look at Eyes of Ive. Have a look at Eyes of Ive. Why would it be on Eyes of Ive? And people are like, Boydie, someone, like, I even had a close friend of mine in the DayZ community reach out and go, Boydie, I think someone's trying to set you up here and make you look stupid. And I'm like, it's working then, because, lad, I do have a history of getting a bit excited about things, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. For the past week or something like that, I've been, me, Boyd and I have been talking, and he's always alluded to something coming out, this Saturday, maybe a little bit early, and wanted my reaction for the show. And I'm thinking, maybe it's to do with 121 or something like that. It's kind of like last send off. Here's something really nice for you to look into. Nah, you've just been a dick and April fooling us. Fucking.
Did you fall for it for even the slightest?
Yes.
Yeah, because today
I fell
you
for
were
the
not
hype.
entertaining it. Yeah, you weren't entertaining it at all today.
No, I fell for the hype for the entire week, and then as soon as I saw the pictures coming up in the Discord, I instantly was like, that's a fucking April Fool's. That was an April Fool's. And I was really wanting to fucking burst that bubble for everyone. I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm not gonna say anything. I was fucking annoyed.
They were the people I had the most fun with, the ones who were out and out saying, nah, it's fake. And just trying my hardest to just plant that little seed of doubt. And this is stuff we talked about in the secret squirrel chat, wasn't it, boys? About how we've got to try to lower people's natural skepticism around April 1st to just, if they could just, if part of their brain was going, but what if that was the one of the benchmarks we set. The other one was trying to get someone like Marks to maybe drop a video. We didn't quite get there, but I've got to give him a shout out in the chat. He goes, Boyd, you did get us for a little bit. GG, well played. Hashtag unfollowed, unsubscribed, blocked, all the rest of it. But God, it was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
When I woke up, sorry to interrupt, Falcon, but when I woke up and I watched that trailer video, I was like, this is single-handedly the best fucking April Fools that the DayZ team have done. And not only that, they've included people, the show and your show and Falcon Wellington, and I was kind of like, what the fuck? I was amazed by the quality of it. It was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was looking at the comments, and people were like, haha, very nice one. And then other people were like, fix your game, got the bingo card, just ticking that off. And
Yep.
But I was like, fuck you bastards.
But that's what it was like for us sitting in that Discord channel, wasn't it, friendly boys? Yeah. Falcon, you were one of the guys who did the amazing shit. Basically us three are just sitting there going, we've got a great idea. Well, because it started with me talking to them two about it, and them going, we were thinking of something ourselves. And then it was like, right, so who else can we bring in to, because we've got ideas, but I don't know about you, but creating fucking images like Falcon did or trailers like Wellington did was not something I could have ever entertained. And then all of a sudden, we're just watching within like was it within 30 minutes to an hour of both of them
Yeah.
joining that channel, Wellington and Falcon had both produced shit that just left us going, what the fuck? How do people do this stuff?
Yeah, that was the thing that I did was the IGLA ground to air missile.
Yep.
And that was one where I think Boydie, you posted it because we were like, well, what else collateral do we need? Oh, well, we need something to shoot them down. I think you posted a picture of one.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, oh, I think I've got that model lying around somewhere I never did anything with. And then just slammed it together. And
you say you slammed it together. But Andy, the picture that we ended up sharing, the one with the dude kneeling down, maybe to modders, that's just slamming something together. But I'm looking at it and the head's tilted, the hands all look to be in the right positions. That's just amazing shit, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I've sticked around in the single player mode or whatever, but to do stuff that's not part of base game, that's a bit next level in my opinion. I couldn't have messed around with that.
Like, what did you think when you were seeing it all come up, Vallum?
Oh man, I can't do any of that shit, man. Andy's the one that got my PC working, so I'm a basic bitch when it comes to this sort of stuff. When I was seeing people knocking stuff up in like half an hour, 45 minutes, I was like, Jesus. I was like, what is actually going on with this? I'm like, this is spiraling out on my depth massively. And
then
Andy...
Wellington with the trailer, the first draft of the trailer, it was like, holy crap!
And then he's like, it's not a finished project yet. It's not a finished project. I was like, that's finished. I was like, that's finished. He's like, it's not finished. Let me touch up. It's rough on the edges. No, their message is smooth, bro. They're smooth.
Just want to quickly stop for a second. Hello, Archie.
Good day, fellas.
Well, Wellington just messaged in the April Fool's group chat that we had that he read many Russian publics related to DayZ. Everyone liked it there. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what we wanted, especially in today's political and world climate and all the rest of it. There's so much fucking bad and negative shit everywhere. Our goal was just to give everyone something to be able to laugh about, wasn't it, Andy?
Yeah, like I said, we're just fucking idiots. Like, we just like to fuck with people sometimes or whatever. Even when you're in game, sometimes it's not about just going for the kill. Sometimes I like to fuck with people, right?
We've got some good stuff coming up.
Peggy,
as well,
18.
Like, we got some proper fuckwittery coming up.
Now,
that's it.
I'm going to show you guys. This is because you heard us talking about it. Not a lot of people saw this. I shared it with a few folks. To basically, when people were trying to doubt me and all the rest of it, I was going, yeah, look what we found. As part of the leaks that were getting out there. And Wellington is unlisted on his channel, but this is the video he knocked up in. Fuck, man, probably like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like 1 to 2 hours tops.
I was going to say it was a couple hours.
Yeah. So this is the video.
Peggy 18.
Unbelievable.
Classic.
Unbelievable. Archie, how you doing, buddy?
Good, brother. Sorry I'm late.
Nah, it's all right,
Don't
mate.
worry about it.
At
How's
least you
your
got your
PC?
PC working.
Yeah, it's working. It's making some funny noises, but we'll see. If I just disappear, that's what happened. I had to rebuild it completely. So
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
yeah.
But
That ain't cash money.
that video from Wellington, and then he'd actually apparently had this idea a while back because literally it was me, Andy, and Dave talking and going, right, so we've got some ideas, and they already had their sort of plan that they still released as sort of a bit of a side April Fool's hustle, but then Wellington just dumped this stuff on us, and we were all just looking at it going, this is so absurd. this is exactly what we need. It's not something that I had a comment from someone. I can't remember where it was, but they were basically like, just imagine if you'd done a map or something like that, or helicopters. And we one of the things we were very adamant about was we wanted to involve DayZ because ultimately any prank we pull about something coming out for the game, it's going to be blowback for them. So we got Scotty involved, and Scotty had already been thinking of something himself. And then when he saw what we had come up with, he was like, that's perfect. And then he just took it to the next level, didn't he, guys? It was like, what the?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we hadn't even seen the official trailer. We knew he was working on something, but he didn't share that with us. So we all got to watch that live. And literally when the Yellow King logo came up on that plane, I was like, what? Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it, guys? Like, I don't know. Did you guys watch it live as well?
Yeah, I watched it live. Hello.
No,
Yep.
I didn't.
Does she know that she's just been broadcast across the internet?
Here's your Christmas.
Man, she don't listen. She's a woman.
She's about to get beat up. If Dave suddenly disappears, we know why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't,
Yeah.
ain't
absolutely.
Dave getting beaten up, man.
So, what were we saying?
I didn't watch it live. I missed the premiere by
that's
like
it.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
But this is what I was saying by like the quality of it. I was just impressed that they used the infusion kind of like stuff to make the trailer. And I was like, this is both going to make a lot of people like quite happy that it's an April Fool's, but simultaneously it's gonna piss off so many other people. And it did. It
did. And look,
It was so funny though.
look, we're sorry, not sorry.
So funny.
There's more important things to be upset about than a video game playing a prank on you, because it was literally just done with good intentions, guys, to give everyone a laugh. I want to state this as well: no modders, no coders, none of the serious people behind DayZ were involved in this. This was all marketing, editing, modders, and dumb podcast show hosts involved in this. None of the guys trying to fix all the litany of issues that DayZ has that so many of you brought up in the comments during the live premiere and on Twitter. None of those people were taken away from their important job. So just calm down and have a laugh.
Yeah, and think about it
No.
like this: it's not the devs trolling you; it's us trolling the devs because there's no jets yet. So don't take it so personal.
That's a big brain idea.
My
right
Olga
there.
flies all the time. My Olga's always flying, man.
The big brain move, I can't remember who wrote it. It was on Twitter. But someone, I meant to actually ask Scotty whether he did this deliberately. But in the Morse code translation, it had the word jets, and it was jets with a Z. And someone pointed out, what does DayZ stand for? Day zero. They spelled jets, jet Z, jet zero equals no jets. And I actually replied with the big brain meme because I was like, I don't. And Scotty thinks on fucking, he's a 3D fucking chess player. Scotty is. I don't know whether that was an intentional or unintentional, because so many things, like I've been doing hashtag April Fools with a Z on it. It's a common thing. You want to make something DayZ-ified, you just add a Z to the end. I meant to ask him, was that actually intentional to go Jet Z, or was that just a play on DayZ? Because that if that was intentional, that was a 200 IQ giveaway in the Morse code message.
And his best response would just be a wink emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The other one I loved was the fake Steam overlay he made. The tags for the fucking DLC. Fly like the cars.
I was just about to say I need to get that picture up again, because I laughed. I actually laughed at that. I was like, that's pretty fucking good. I was scanning it to see if there's any other like cheeky references or whatever else, and it was just so funny. It was so funny.
I thought having those the jets referenced in I Survive was kind
That
of
wa-
that was like the
that
next
was a-
level.
That was a 200 IQ move right there.
Yeah,
That was Scotty again. That was Scotty's idea.
And there it is down the bottom there, folks. You can see it says "Fly like the cars." The other one was the all reviews, never negative, which I thought was pretty fucking good.
Brilliant.
So, and then obviously the release date being 1st of April as well. But that's all I could see in there. But like this one was so well done that there were even BI employees who didn't know about it. Like Scotty,
right.
I doctored a message from him to make it look like he was interrogating me to try to find out who my leak source was. And yes, Scotty was happy for me to do that. He cleared me to do that. But he was basically saying he had people from within BI messaging him going, what's going on? What are these images? Where are they coming from? It was definitely collusion. We colluded with the Chechens.
So what I'm hearing just right there, since the fact that internal BI members were messaging Scotty, we're getting Jets, boys, at some point. We're getting them. If they're worried where the picture's coming from, we're getting them. At some point, we're getting them. This is not a mega corp. This is truth. We're fucking getting them.
It's after 12 o'clock everywhere on April Fool's, so he's not pranking you now, guys. Jets confirmed. Jets
Right.
confirmed.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I started the work that I did to get that IGLA launcher together. You had to look at it at certain angles for it to look right. But I started thinking, I bet I could make that thing really work and actually make it where it would lock onto a helicopter.
You fucking didn't, did you?
Not yet, but because part of it I need to do for a no-fly zone mod that I'm going to do. It's the whole guided missile piece that I can just add that to a rocket launcher.
What you should do is like smart tech these days. There is the ability that it won't allow you to lock on to your own allied technology. So maybe just make it so it only locks onto Nightwolf's helicopters. Oh,
boom! Yeah.
Getting some chuckles there from the folks. Getting some chuckles from the folks. I am just having a joke, guys. Calm down. But no, that like it's even Roth said in chat there, the picture with the rocket launcher had me for a sec. We talked about it before, Andy, but the detail that he put into that little still image. I loved the way he described it though, because I was genuinely stunned. I'm like, how the fuck do you knock something up? And Red just says, it's kind of easy when you don't have to worry about all the plumbing underneath. And I was like, that makes sense to me, but it absolutely makes no sense to me, Andy.
I mean, I don't know what to say apart from I agree with you, because again, I'm on your page for that, Boydie. It makes no sense to me either. Fuck knows how any of that magic works, So props to any of the modders that do any of that shit.
Yeah,
that's just
fucking oath.
What you really should have done to sell it a little bit more to make it more authentic, Falcon, is you shouldn't have used the animations you used for the Holden. You should have used something else like an M4, AK, or SVD, or just something, because to the person with like the keen eye, like me, me, I do weapons as well, where they're holding the handle and the hand's clipping through, and I'm like, that's so fucking fake. But it was good. It was good.
The thing is, though, we were able to, like, I had someone talk about the hangar photo with the red light, and as people were pointing out, the wings are clipping through, and I was like, that's a fair point. But how long did hair clip through hats in DayZ for?
I did see that.
DayZ provided us, boys, with a lot of easy excuses to be able to throw out about why things weren't quite so polished, didn't it?
Yeah. And actually, with that, I agree that part I was a little, I kind of went, it actually happens with some of the vanilla weapons too. So, but I was more focused on getting the front hand underneath the pointer, because that's how you hold it in real life.
Yeah, but if it looks too good, people aren't going to believe it. Let's not forget what game.
Exactly.
That's true.
Low blow.
Like my son doesn't even play DayZ, and he heard about the Jets,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but
Yeah, he showed me the trailer, and he was like, I believed it until this part where he shoots a zombie in half.
That
Like,
was
that looks
incredible.
That looks way
It
too
was,
good for
wasn't it?
DayZ.
it was.
That
It
was.
was.
I let out an audible gasp when that happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew everything was so big. You still get drawn into it. Like, this is sick. This is sick. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
My strafing
Like,
around.
whoa.
The big moment for me though was definitely the after the trailer sort of looked like it had ended, and then the Yellow King comes up, and it's the Yellow
I did
King
see that.
inside the cockpit of the plane. It was just like that to me.
I-
I had no idea Scotty was throwing the Yellow King in, and most people thought the Yellow King was dead.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
No, he's just became the Yellow Baron.
yes,
Yeah, it
I
was.
did see that comment. That
good.
was very well played by
Yeah.
someone. He's now
Make
the
sure
Yellow
you
Baron.
appreciate that joke. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I just think I'm of the opinion is we haven't seen a body, so he's not dead. In my opinion.
Well, we now know
right.
he's alive.
Yeah.
So if
But also in an April Fool's joke. So does that count?
It's non-canon.
Yeah.
It's a
Ah,
spin-off.
okay,
That's what it is.
okay.
It's a spin-off story.
Mm.
Alternative universe.
Yeah, I will say though that it was a really great April Fool's. Of all the time, of all the years, 10-year anniversary, we're just having fun at this point, And it was a bit of a rocky start of the year, so I think this was a really nice thing for them to do. But I will say, if we don't get 121 in the next week, I'm gonna fucking riot.
I did.
Maybe we'll get another 120 hot fix.
I do want to give a shout out to a lot of the people in the comments for the video, because a lot of people got to admit it did look pretty dope. By far one of the best April Fool's jokes. There were people who basically typed a comment and then came back and edited it and went, "I can't believe you got me, April Fools, haha, well played." And you April Fooled me for half the video, then I realized what day it is. It was great seeing people embrace the spirit. I know some people, they're butthurt about the game for, and it's a valid point. There's been no DLC since Livonia. But for the most part, people took this in the spirit it was intended, and that was, let's all just get together and have a laugh.
Yeah, and you did. It was top notch, but I'm telling you now, you better do something better for next year. I want in-game stuff. I want to be able to interact with something in April Fool's, a one-off. That's what I
bar
want.
is getting high. That bar has been
Yes, it
this
is.
year's bar is high.
No one is going to trust me fucking with anything again. My trust and integrity is shot. If I had any, they're not going to believe a thing. I could say the fucking sky is blue and people will go, liar, fucking liar.
You best not have an aneurysm on the 1st of April next year, otherwise you're fucked, man.
Yeah, heart attack on stream, that'd be great.
He's like, honest, call whatever 999 is in
Yeah.
Australia.
Good one.
Good one.
Good
And he's
one.
like there, he's there like, "Oh,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yeah. I don't know
No
whether you
fucking
guys
part.
know. It's actually doubly funny because I did have a mini stroke last year.
Well done, Dave. Fucking idiot.
Look, you best not do it on the first then, pal, otherwise no one's gonna believe
Wait,
you now.
just
Facility,
Listen,
thank
you're
you so
digging
much
yourself
for
a
the
fucking
raid,
hole.
mate. Facility has just joined with his viewers, but joins to hear us laughing about someone having a stroke. That's the sort of humour we all like. It's doubly funny. I can see Archie nodding because Archie was one of the he's seen the footage of me having a stroke because that's my family, mate. They recorded me having a stroke.
Did they give you a score? Did they just give you a score out of 10?
It was a very scary fucking video, though.
Yeah,
to be
it
fair.
was,
Just
man.
like Archie scared. It was like,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Weird. It's weird, but it was. I was like a little.
Even watching the
it-
video,
it
even
was
watching the video though, I was waiting on Boydie to jump up on his family and be like, "Gotcha, cunt." You know?
Gotcha.
Dear Lord, what a fucking. Honestly, it was, but overall, the day was great. I'm happy that you all managed to do something together. It was really great. He was very nice.
I was a little bit worried leading up
but-
to it because it kind of went quiet there for a bit and then it was in. But Scotty really came through. Like he's the one who brought in Eyes of Ive. That was brilliant, bringing the team over there at Eyes of Ive in, because that really had that's what got Scale Speeder, I think, was he looked at Eyes of Ive and sure enough the plain logos were on the maps. I knew that they were adding the menu item for it. I didn't realize they were adding spawn points. Did any of you guys realize that?
No, that honestly was such a good cherry on top.
It
man.
was.
Yeah, even the
really,
cats in my
really was.
Discord were falling for it. I saw them posting it, and it was so hard to not say anything.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did when I saw that they were in the menu was, let me go look at Northwest Airfield and see. Holy crap, they put them in.
And I thought it was just Churnerus as well, but they added them to Livonia for obvious reason, because the trailer was set in Livonia. I must admit, one thing, like as feedback for it, just imagine if they'd done a sneak peek of the new Northwest Airfield with the footage. I think that would have made a lot of people happy, but maybe that's asking a bit too much.
No.
But that would have been, I know I was kind of hoping that was going to happen.
I'm kind of glad it didn't, because then people would have been even more pissed off, because they would have seen the changes to Northwest Airfield and be thinking, oh, this is also the April Fools. We're not getting it. It's like the biggest brain IQ kind of thing. But
I think the thing that made it the way that it worked was only because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's not like, hey, actually, we're taking on your advice and we are going to implement bicycles, because that is something that would that people have been wanting for ages. But no, we're like, nah, fuck you. We're having like ships or whatever. No, we go to space now, like that kind of shit or whatever. It's something so stupid that if one or two people fall for it, that's good. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
Like I said, I fell for the hype, but not the actual thing. But it was, but Boydie, you done a number on me this entire week. Yeah, I was even talking to my friends and like in another Discord, and I was saying because they know I'm going to be leaving. I'm like, we're going to be talking about a leak on Saturday, guys. There's been like an update leak, and they're like, wait, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, I've got no idea. From Boydie, he isn't saying shit to us. He's just like, he's keeping tight-lipped and talking about how like, oh yeah, BI's probably is going to like slam him down if he talks about it. So it's kind of like, and then no, you've just been a dick. All of you, all 5 of you were being dicks. I'm the only fucker in this call right now who had no clue.
I must have commented about 3 times, Governor. Sorry.
Maybe it's a military thing, but loose lips sink ships. I may be a drama queen, I may be a stupid old boomer, but I can keep a secret. And when people entrust, I've had people come to me before with, I know something, but I promise I wouldn't say it. And it was like, well, you don't say it then. If you promise someone, you don't break trust. Trust is something very, very hard to earn. And once you lose it, it's even harder to fucking get back. So if people trust something with you, you keep your mouth shut. And this wasn't a big fucking critical secret or anything like that. But for it to play out, we had to do our part, didn't we, boys?
I mean, I'm very good at keeping secrets, because once I've been told it, I have a sleep and then I forget it. That's it, man.
The biggest, greatest move right there. Like the best secret taker, because you don't remember anything.
It's bad for Andy, because we talk about things like, he's like, do you know what's happening with this thing on Discord? And I'm like, yeah? And he's like, you fucking don't, do you? Or he's like, do you know what we're doing for today's episode? And I'm like, yeah, we're doing this one. No, that was last week. So I'm like, no, then.
That's why he's got that little black book that he writes everything down in.
Oh, it's blue. It's blue.
Oh, right.
All this time. You've been lying
no.
to us all this time.
This is the one you sent me. This one here. And
So uncalled for, man. What the fuck? I've been nothing but nice to you today.
Oh, I just
Preemptive
kind
strike.
of
Preemptive strike.
yeah, I know. I need to get back for all them
We've
quizzes.
stopped about the fucking jets. We don't need to do preemptive strikes. All right, let's shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna say right now for everybody watching. Just want to say there's 56 people watching right now. Fantastic. Archie, guess what I'm drinking? Because you were not here.
Ombre.
No,
He's making
It's the
me
same colour.
grumpy.
What is that?
Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
What is that?
Lovely single malt scotch.
that, my good friend, is whiskey.
Oh well, you're
And-
not drinking enough of it. You're not singing yet.
Oh wait,
look-
but he's not drinking it alone or straight. It's mixed
No.
with something.
Yeah, I'm being a bit of a coward. I am drinking it with Coke, but that's just so it can go down a little
Oh
bit
man, that's
easier.
just
Oof.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
not cowardly.
So, and
So
then
you
more
got to
cheese.
enjoy it.
Now,
Yeah,
I
but
want
my,
to. Sorry, you go. You go. Fuck whiskey.
my whiskey to Coke ratio is always fucked. So I probably put a little bit more whiskey than I should have. My cheeks feel hot right now. I will continue.
Let us know when
to
they start
drink.
feeling numb.
Oh, mate, been there. It's fantastic. So just
we're-
letting everybody know in chat as well. So.
A few days back, or a bit over a week, I was having a chat with Lad, and I said, for your final episode, mate, is there any particular sort of topic that you really want to discuss? To go out on, and it actually ties in quite well with the April Fool's joke. Because you saw, a lot of people very invested, in the way they reacted to it and that. And the topic that he wanted to bring up was the emotional attachment that this game gets people to form with it. Lad, tell us your thoughts on this.
I don't know, like DayZ. I've always kind of like wanted to make this into a video. I was actually making it a couple of years ago, and then lost motivation, as people do, and then it is what it is. But sorry, I'm just reading Stud Muffin's comment. Shut the fuck up! But don't get cute. Fuck you. DayZ, like I have like such an emotional attachment to the game, and I'm pretty sure like everybody here has some form of attachment to the game. I mean, however, we've got two podcast teams. We've got a modder. We've got whatever the fuck I am, and it's like people get passionate about this game for so many years, and they do so many different things about it. And we're kind of joking on about like people who like we're saying about the bingo card, about people shitting on the game, but DayZ is it's a weird title and it's a weird phenomenon, but you can't get away from it. Like, people will say, I'm uninstalling the game, I'm quitting, I'm never playing again, and they come back. My friend Mass, for example, I won't go on too much about what he's doing, but he took a break. He's done with it. Now he's back. And he's doing stuff. Not saying what, but he's doing stuff. Hello!
Love it.
Hi, Brad.
Was that a girl? Was that a grill?
That's
She
his.
broke
That's,
in. Someone call the police.
that's his wife.
like-
That's the wife.
I was muted as well. She was like, "Hi, oh
yeah, I
my god,
can-
that's Dave."
Love it.
Exactly how she sounds, by the way. Fuck
But
it.
like,
Look how excited Lad got.
people, hello. But like, I'm absolutely infatuated and in love with this game, and I'll always remember the day that I got the standalone, 3rd of March, 2016, I think. Yes, it was. I think
I'll
it
always
was
remember
about
the
that
date,
time. It
I
was
think.
2015 and 2016. I think. Shut the fuck up, boy. But I actually got the game from my now ex-girlfriend. She bought it for me because I was going on about it. I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. And she bought it for us. First patch, 0.59, and I've just been in love with the game ever since. Like, there's so many stories from people like that go right into it, and the talk about like betrayals, like someone chat was talking about there, like betrayals, the unintended game features, the glitches, and everything like that. You know, the mods that have come out the game, what has spawned from DayZ, and it's got such a fantastic legacy, and more stuff is going to keep coming about this game. Even when it's long gone, you're going to get some weird like bloke in the 50s or 60s down your local pub. They'll talk with other gaming buddies and they'll be like, oh, you remember that time we raided that base in Green Mountain or something like that? And they'll just chat for shit, and it's like, that is the experience that DayZ has right now. And I know the game gets a lot of flack, and I know that the team gets a lot of flack, and you know, it's changed hands over the years, but I'm like forever indebted to DayZ, and I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but I'm like forever indebted to like the platform, and I can't wait to see what they got for this year. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic, but I don't know.
We were talking with Boydie before we started the podcast, and we were just saying, when Boydie was mentioning about some of the people like mentioning on the April Fool's joke in the comments, and he was like, but people need to remember where this game has come from. Like when you started playing it, and you probably didn't even have a knife to open your can of spaghetti. Do you know what I mean? And then now you've got like all sorts of plethora of food. So the game has come so far. Yeah, it does have its flaws, but what doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's
And
kind of it.
they add to the charm, don't they, lad? They
do.
For anyone who's played this game for a long time, the bugs are part of the charm of DayZ, lad.
They are, and you know, not every update is, you know, how do I word this?
A cracker.
It is a step in the right direction, but it's not a crack. Yeah, like when 120 hit, obviously I was on my break. When all the issues that came out about it, I will fully admit I was so fucking pissed. I was so goddamn pissed because they fumbled it. You know, maybe they knew, maybe something happened at the back end of the last minute, I don't know, but they fumbled it. But the clone back at it, you know, they're trying to make it better. And I actually posted a little response tweet to their latest update, and I said, you know, it's nice to see them do smaller updates instead of like the 5 kind of like main updates. You know what I mean? It's nice to see them go about that way, and they've probably had to. But I would actually welcome them to do that a lot. You know, you got your your minor update, and then you got your relevant like little patches until the next update, and that way it's kind of like, we don't have to wait for 2 or 3 months for a whole bunch of fixes when they can just do it right there and long. And then that next minor update, they've got the content, and then they've got the major fixes. You know what I mean? I wish they would do something like that, and it looks like they are. And I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm following you, mate. It's like what Facility just said there in chat. You know, some people haven't played since 0.62 or some shit, and they still say the game sucks, is broken, is shit. Clowns. It ties back into what I said, Andy, about how the little things about DayZ, it's little funny nuances, the bugs, the glitches, all the rest of it. Like those big, massive guard towers up at Tizzy. Imagine how boring they would be if you didn't have your heart in your fucking throat on the way down going, is it going to yeet me fucking off into the distance? I know you can argue, but you shouldn't have to think that. But to me, that's part of the charm, Andy. That you're sitting there going, please don't fucking yeet. Please don't yeet. Oh, fuck.
I mean, that used to be such a bigger problem, no matter where the fuck you were in the map, before the inertia really got brought in. Because you could just be running down a hill and then suddenly you were 6 foot in the air that way. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, I broke my leg. But I like that, you know, I like that that's been resolved. I get that. And I get the point of looking at those guard towers and thinking, nah, not today. I'll just stick down here, whatever.
Yeah.
But then also like see someone crawling in a field, but the grass hasn't rendered.
Yep.
You know, or you're thinking, that guy thinks he's so hidden right now. Like, he's being so stealthy. What shall I shoot him? I'm gonna shoot. No, I'm gonna sneak up to it. I'll sneak up to it. I'll sneak up to it.
It's kind of unique
stupid
like that.
stuff.
I was watching a video. There's this channel. I can't remember what it's called, but I don't know whether it's part of Summit's 1G's enterprise. But there's this channel that basically clips videos of Summit watching other people play DayZ. And yeah, another little funny bug or unintended game feature of DayZ. They were watching Fubar Bundy's sniping campers at 1,000 meters video, and Bundy's joking about how at the distance they were at, when they zoomed in, the camo building at Belota glitched out. And you could actually see the players in there. And Bundy's going, through my powers of observation, I believe there are 2 men camping. And Summit started laughing because it was a bug in the game. But it's all those little things that really add to it, don't they, Dave?
100%. It's, like back in the day when people used to have unreliable cars, it's the charm. Do you know what I mean? It's the charm that the game brings.
Sorry,
you know what I mean?
I have to stop you. But back in the day,
I was thinking exactly that.
What about Billy the Bullet? Let's talk about Billy the Bullet, Dave.
Yeah.
Billy the Bullet.
Billy
the
the
zombie
Bullet.
that runs round in a circle.
The zombie that runs around in a circle, ring around the roses, ring around roses. He's going to hit me on the next loop. No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh, he's coming for me now, Jesus. No, he's caught me unawares. Or that bullet always gets in your way.
The one that continuously vaults the fence is the most fucking annoying for me. It's like, are you fucking coming at me or not? Fucking, I haven't got all day, cunt. Hurry up.
Parkour.
And it's
angry.
times like that where Archie's like so happy the new infected's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, don't get me started, bro.
This is the platform to get started.
They're gonna fix that. They're gonna fix the older infected, and what's then gonna happen is people are gonna be like, "Oh no, I can't block them because I can't do their 2 swipes, and now I can hit them because they're so out of control. Why weren't it back to the way it was?" But then that same guy was the guy commenting, going, "Actually, we need new AI. We need new infected." It's like you can't please everyone. And you can't please that one person.
Yeah.
They're gonna complain regardless, man. Over
yeah.
they paid $16 for 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And like all of this is exactly what I mean. Like DayZ, it's like it's a class game. It's fucking class.
Yeah.
And I'll always like pride myself in on this game being the thing, that has made me get into 3D modeling, get into modding, get into that kind of like side of
a lot of people
development. Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
me too.
Yeah, and it's like 2019 before COVID hit and everything went down. I would have been like, I'll just put it off. It's fine. It is what it is. And then obviously COVID hit, and then it's like had nothing else to do. So Dump, to his fucking massive credit, he was like, I'm gonna sit down with this fucking idiot and teach him how to do shit. And here we are. But when this game does go, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna fucking miss it. And I hope that there is gonna be some kind of sequel, or they're gonna keep going on and on as much as they can. I really do hope, because I don't want this to go. I fucking don't.
Dog, people are still grinding Diablo 2, baby. This is gonna be a long time.
Yeah, dude, that's it. That's fucking it. Like DayZ is, it's so cemented in video game history at this point. It's
Even when the player base got right down there, Red Falcon, there was still a strong core community around DayZ. It may change. We were talking the other week about DayZ 2, and I've got my theory that it's going to be a paid DLC for Armor 4 in the years to come. But no matter what, the community, we're talking about all these little bugs and all the rest of it, Falcon. But you look at all the games that have tried to emulate what DayZ does, and yes, we've been a bit critical of the graphics of DayZ. But the games that have tried to emulate it, the size of the maps, better graphics, or different styles of graphics, they face the same issues, if not worse, than what DayZ has when it comes to a game of this magnitude.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. And especially like all the aspects of, like you said, big map, open world, and then the ability to mod on it to the depth that you can do now, and how far that modding has gone. Is You really don't see that hardly anywhere else.
Mm.
Saved the game, really. Modding,
Yeah.
you know, it saved the game, and it was in that stagnant phase of being more buggy than it was fixed. The modders
Yeah.
were the ones who decided to get their hands on that clay and mold it to the way they wanted. And actually, in my opinion, they've sort of pushed the devs down a direction which
Mhm.
made the game better. So them guys that did the modding got kudos, because you've pushed the game in a direction and have made the game what it is today. Otherwise, you know, other people like have opinions and stuff, and they may have not gone down this direction if it weren't for the guys modding. And actually, if the modders can do that, how comes you can't do it as devs? And then they've gone, hang on a minute, yeah, we can do this, and that's how it's been
Yeah,
sort
I
of
mean-
pushed down the lane.
I mean, modders, and content creators and whatnot will always steer kind of like any game in that kind of direction. But I'm always going to be thankful for, and this is going to sound a bit weird, for the people who used to run the 420 servers back in alpha.
Yeah, the one in them. Yeah.
Yeah, because like as soon as those official modding tools came out, boy,
They
just
were
went
doing it
fucking
before
straight
modding
sailing.
tools, man.
Yeah, man.
They
that's it. And
gave
it's
us an
like-
insight into what we could expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's surpassed expectations. And there's so many different modding ideas that's come out, and fantastic new maps that's been made and is being made by people, and in different projects, and it's so nice to see like a community which can be so divided in certain regards, but still come together, because at the end of the day, we're all enjoying the same thing. We might not all get on, but fucking hell, it is just so nice to see somebody come out with like a new map or a new clothing pack or just something that like changes the game fundamentally. And it's nice. It's nice to see. But I just hope that, the DayZ devs, they continue to innovate and to continue allowing people to make more memories, and just do a good fucking stellar job. Damn, dude, I want them to keep doing a good job. I really
Bro,
fucking
Drunk
do.
Lad's monologues are the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
The best, dude. He sounds like he's narrating the exposition of a movie. I love it, dude. I love you, lad. No, for real though. I mean, all the best mods, they're just taking and turning into new features anyway. Like if you look at the last few content updates that weren't like canon related or whatever, lore related, they're just taking the most popular mods and then making them vanilla features, which I think is sick. Most games do that. My Summer Car does it, all the games that are open to modding. So I love it, man. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Also,
I
to your point earlier, when you were talking about people all over the world, when I was in the submarine service, I was in Fastlane, Scotland, and I was at the smoke pit because you can't smoke on the boats.
Right.
And I was talking to this British kid about DayZ, and this Scottish guy walks up and he's like, "Are you girls talking about DayZ?" And I was like, "Holy shit!" And this is in like 2015,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
even then, man, people all
Actually,
over
you're
the
normally
world.
pretty good with accents, mate, but that was the worst fucking Scottish accent I think
Dude,
I've ever heard.
I've had strep throat for like 2 fucking weeks. I feel so bad. I apologize if
alright,
I'm being
I
quiet, dude.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. I'm
Andy had a similar thing to that. Andy is a manager of a team, and he was like mentioning random games that he plays sometimes when he's meant to be working. But they were like, "Do you play DayZ as well?" Andy's like, "I dabble." And then they told him what type of servers they played, and Andy's like, "They will not be friends with me on Discord."
Everybody you meet has a story about that holdup they did or something,
Yeah,
I do wonder how many people have gotten in the shit doing DayZ related stuff while they're working. Like, I've got a mate who's very high up in a government organization, and he will contact me. Yeah, I'm just sitting at work and I thought of something, and I'm like, this fucking game, man, this game just infects you. DayZ is not a game for casuals. It is. You just have to invest so much into it, and that adds to the passion that people feel about the game,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
1,000%.
does.
And
Yeah,
it's also
yeah.
it's spoiled the hell out of me, man. My computer's been down for like 4 weeks. I've been waiting on parts. They sent the wrong parts, so I've had a lot of time to play console. I've downloaded so many games on Game Pass. I'll play like 30 minutes of it, and it's just I can't do it because
Yeah.
there's no room for choice. It's all on rails. Even brand new games that are coming out that say they're open world are just on rails. There's so many.
Mhm.
It soft locks you into certain areas. They even like Grand Theft Auto, you can't go in hardly any of the buildings. If you do, there's a loading screen. There's nothing as ambitious as DayZ. Maybe Rust is a close second, but
Mm.
yeah,
I mean-
I've just been missing it so bad. And now that my computer's back up, I can actually play, and I'm excited. So,
Oh, yeah.
Did you
1000%
dabble? Did
agree.
you dabble in a bit of DayZ Xbox or DayZ console?
Man, I tried playing. You know what I love about DayZ on console? You don't have to sort your inventory. There's no Tetris. It just throws
Yeah.
it wherever it goes. So you can expeditiously put stuff
Mm.
away or steal shit. The inventory is a lot different. I don't know if anybody's never played on console. That was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
I was like, where did that AK go? And then it's in the bottom of the barrel. But
Yeah. What I used to like was the old the Mosin and the shotgun. It would automatically reload when you took a shot. It'd automatically reload when we
I didn't
first
even
started.
notice that. Yeah.
Nah, and then
Hmm.
so when I come across to PC and Andy's like, yeah, and I've got this pump action shotgun, and I've shot one, and then I'm trying to shoot again. It's Danny, it's just clicking. You got to reload it. I was like,
Oh
what the
yeah.
fuck is this?
When we was like trying to
Yeah.
teach Paddy how to play, so we did an episode where we taught a brand new player how to play DayZ, and we got him into it, and we got him like maybe 50 to 100 hours in it, and then we interviewed him after that on like a first thoughts as a freshie kind of thing.
That's a great
And
idea,
one of the
by the
things
way.
that-
That is a great fucking idea.
Thanks. You could do it now. You'd only be copying, but yeah, you could do it if you want.
It's the way of the DayZ community, man.
I guess, copying friendly a DayZ podcast. Hello, I had that name first, motherfucker.
But we were
Hang on,
trying
to
to
be
teach
fair,
him how
you
to
did say
reload
a
the gun.
DayZ podcast, not the DayZ podcast, so you get a pass on that one.
I was very careful with that. Yeah. Trying to teach him how to load a gun, like put all the bullets into a mag, then put the mag into the gun. You know what I mean? And then put the gun in your hot bar. And he was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is all this?" It takes him like 10 minutes to do it, but yeah, that kind of stuff we just do. Yeah, okay, bang, 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 bang. But for a new player,
Yeah.
that's so involved, like making a fucking fireplace. You know what I mean? Try figuring that one out on yourself.
Yeah,
by
Don't
yourself.
even get started on the medical system.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
need a
exactly.
medical
It's-
degree just to sort that. You need to have been a paramedic in a past life to know what the score is. You're like, what does that symbol mean? What am I doing?
I do
I'm
love
glad
the
it's like
Facebook
that.
groups and Reddit and that when you see people, dudes, guys, what does this mean? And what does that mean? And it's like, okay, we got a freshie. We'll sort you
It's
out.
good,
mate.
though. It's good
All
that
you see
DayZ
underneath it is join my server, join my server, join my
Oh.
server.
Facebook
Join
is
this
the worst
podcast.
for that. Facebook is the worst. So many groups are pretty much just nothing but server spam and videos and
Yeah,
streams.
or podcast spam from me.
Yeah.
It's either me or Falcon hitting people with our Falcon with his YouTube. If I get there before Falcon, he likes mine. If he gets there before me, I like his advertisement.
Look, Cody said in chat there, for a lot of these things, you teach someone and then follow it up by saying this game is common sense. The actual crafting mechanics, for the most part, they are common sense. It's understanding how the mechanic worked that trips up a lot of people. It's like, how do I make this? So to make they don't understand about combining two items to create something new. Especially now that, you've got some things where you can just have, like one stack of rags and you can craft things from it. In general, the rule has been combine. And then it's just a matter of, well, what can I combine to make things? And that does stump people a bit, especially those who are used to being spoon-fed, everything's on rails and all the rest of it. Whereas, part of the beauty of DayZ for me is that it does sort the wheat from the chaff in that it's very unforgiving. I do think there's some
Yeah.
scope for some basic guides. This is how you make something. Now, try doing different things. But the lack of a single player, easy to do mode does disadvantage DayZ a bit.
You even have to know the order though, because if you're talking like the improvised gas mask filters,
Yep.
you have to put the bottle with the dust mask first and then add the charcoal tabs. You know what I mean? There's just, and how would you know that unless you sat there for 30 minutes trying to figure it out, unless there was a
What the
YouTube
fuck?
video. Yeah, so even when
Improvised. Yeah, what the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
That's a thing?
I'm glad
Oh,
that
that's a
he
thing.
doesn't have
Yeah.
tutorials because I've made so much money off YouTube.
Well,
just
I-
teaching how to do shit.
I'll still remember when you were telling me, Archie, that when you've spoken to Scotty, he referred to your tutorial videos because he used to watch them before he became like community manager, like PR manager.
He said that's how he got his job. He said he was.
Yeah.
I was in his stream one day, and if I'm misquoting Scotty, I apologize. I was in his stream one day, and he said, "Yeah, when I was gonna do the interview, I didn't know anything about DayZ, so I watched all your guides." So, pretty much along those lines, and I was so flattered because to me, I'm just an asshole that plays a video game,
Yeah.
and so hearing Scotty say, that, I was like, hell yeah, dude. But
It is a nice thought. Like, I mean, what I feel when it comes to that, it's nothing compared to, like the stuff that I've done has got a job, like got somebody a job at BI. But it's so nice to see that you've made something or you've done something or you've said something in this community and it's made a positive impact on somebody else.
oh,
Like,
yeah. The
like-
best thing is when you're playing the game and you overhear someone and you hear them telling the other player about your content, like, oh, if you don't know how to do this,
Yeah.
check this guy. Or I got this thing, I made this short a couple months ago where I made a guy bark like a dog and roll over. And then I was on Spring to Molsk and heard like 3 people making people do that. It's so flattering, man,
It's still a weird like phenomenon to me, and I don't know if like anyone else like kind of gets that, but like to like suck my own dick or whatever, like the lighting overhaul mod that I made. I'm
You had a
like,
rip taken out.
we're fucking going
Falcon,
with
just
this.
like, what? Really?
What?
I was like,
Looks like we're
"God, I
going
wasn't the
there."
only one, man.
Prove it, do it now.
But,
All right, Marilyn Manson.
but like,
He would never leave the house.
I don't.
Is that
to be
gay or
fair.
masturbation though? That's the question.
I'm like, I'm not gonna go into the
true
Little
philosophical
debate.
from column
level
A, a
of-
little from column
of
B.
that.
Probably watch more.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But
Whatever floats your boat, baby.
Yeah. You do you.
when, anyway, when I've seen people make YouTube videos or Twitch streams, like Beans, that she's using my mod for her cinematics, and she'd done like an open tweet telling people use this mod for this kind of thing. It's so good. Essentially, I was like, what the fuck, this is class. And now it's got
Yeah.
like 72,000 subs, and it's nothing like compared to like other mods. But I'm like super impressed with it 'cause it's like,
Feels good.
it is
man.
what it is. Yeah, but it's like when I've seen people in the community that I look up to, who they're using, they're on a server and they're using that mod, and it's like it's such a weird fucking feeling. Like, and I'll go in and somebody will mention like the lighting in this example, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's really really good. A person called Lad made it. Gecko is a good fucking example. Every single fucking time I go into his stream, he's like, hello lad, your mod's amazing. Everybody check out Lad's mod, like straight away, and it's like, stop being
Yeah.
silly little bitch. Stop.
When your
But
idol
it's-
becomes your fan, There's a song about that. I can't remember it. But yeah.
It's great. It's so nice, and this community is done something for me, and it's so positive. And it's like, sure, at the moment I'm having a little bit of a lull with wanting to get into a game, get into a server and just play. The moment I'm working on stuff, but when that itch comes to play the game, it's so good. It is so good, and I'm always going to be there for it. I don't know, dude. I just love this fucking game. All
You
right,
guys are great, man. You're the best.
I love this fucking game, dude. I love it.
Sentimental lad is the best lad. Bro.
Yep.
Oh, shut up. But like it's like you were saying, you know, when you were waiting to get your PC fixed and you were playing games on console. I'm exactly the fucking same. Like I've got a whole bunch of games installed on my PC right now. And the only one that I could really get into right now is Resident Evil 4 Remake. That is it. And I was talking about that a little bit before the show started. Love it. And yes, I do have my Red 9 for anybody asking.
Yeah.
I think I pretty much said it already and I don't fucking know. But I can't get into any other games. I just can't get into it.
Yeah,
I just,
I'm the same way.
But with DayZ, it's always going to be like that kind of thing. I'm always going to run to. I don't know if you guys feel the same. Where DayZ is like the pinnacle game at this point in time for you.
It's a main game, you know. Like you bounce back and forth between new games. Most people have their main game they go back to, you know, RuneScape or whatever. Ours is DayZ, you know.
Yeah, Andy said that
DayZ
earlier.
Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator 3. That's my.
Goat Simulator, yeah.
6,000 hours. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's
I'm
kind of
sorry. Goat Simulator 3?
Have you
Yes.
not played it, dude? Come on.
That is the best.
It is actually brilliant. Is that the one where you end up in the final and there's like aliens and shit in the last area?
Didn't they make a
that
zombie
one?
one of that one as well? Zombie Goat
Yep.
Simulator? Yeah.
Yeah, they did a goats with a Z.
The first ever goat Zero.
Goat Zero.
No, you bang on the money. I'm the same. I love DayZ. I love what we've managed to create around here. You know, you guys have probably seen it with the community you're making around the Friendly podcast. It's great. Yeah, and the game. It's not like I saw a tweet the other day. Someone trying to slam shit on Hogwarts Legacy about how the player count's dropped, and I was like, okay, but you do understand that that's a single player game. Once people pretty much do it, that's it. They're going to move on and play another game. Game like DayZ, it enables you to really create massive communities around it, and you know, form friendships. You know, there's people who've gotten married, had kids, probably got divorced. Fucking, you know, there are kids growing up now who are probably playing the game who shouldn't be, considering it's PEGI 18, who probably weren't even born when the game fucking first was made into a mod.
Oh yeah, for sure, 1,000%. I've met so many 12 and 13-year-olds on the game, and I'm like, where the fuck are your parents? You're sitting here screaming hard R, and I'm like, where are your parents, dude? How do they not hear you? But yeah,
That is fucking cringe.
there's nothing worse, man.
I mean, we all hate a squeaker, right? But when I used to have like a little YouTube video, YouTube channel, you know, didn't we all really, of making DayZ videos? And one of my videos I made about this squeaker that I befriended, and he was like a fucking pit bull. He was like my personal guard dog. I'd be like, go fuck up that guy, and he'd just go with his shovel, like fuck you. It was just fucking brilliant. Just
And the
made
people you get to
a wicked
meet,
story.
the crazy people in this game. Like,
Grooming.
I saw what's his name, Mr. Baby Gravy, McBaby Gravy, one of the moderators for the Running Man, and he shared a tweet basically saying, no matter what you think of Paul, I'm ignoring those fucking comments, you sick fuckers. Funny, very, very funny, very funny. But the video with that guy who, for fucking 10 to 15 minutes of the footage, and you can only imagine how long it went on for in game. Paul met this guy who was trying to solve issues with his headphones, and he didn't stop. He just kept on. The most annoying motherfucker, and he put up with him, and then he just fucking, nah, I've had enough. It was, I would have preferred a fucking squeaker to someone like that in the game. Yeah, but it was fucking hilarious. You never know what you're going to get when you meet people in this game. You get the squeaker's yelling hard R, and then you get some bloke who's fucking going on and on about his headphones and that. What were you going to say, Dave?
I was going to say, well, me and Andy have got this little thing at the moment. We have a bit of fun. So we go up to people, and if you're on the Karma Crew server, when you go into your inventory, you guys starts shuffling himself, so you know they're in the inventory. So you could either, you know, knock them out with a slug, you know, like a rubbish slug, and you tie them up. We got this new one where we go up and someone's talking to you. We can hear them, but we can't hear. So then they have to go in their settings Yep.
Oh, that's low.
That's my own spin-off, Toxic a DayZ Podcast.
That's
I'm not any way affiliated with that. That's not me. That's not
He's
me.
the instigator. He's
But
the
again,
instigator.
going back to Lad's
Like it.
point about the emotional investment with this game, if you guys release that as a video, Archie, out of all of us here, can testify to how involved people get when you do dirty shit to people in videos. So Archie's best content is his fucking toxic gameplay ones. I know toxic is a buzzword and you're toxic, you're naughty. No, it's fun. It's fucking hilarious. My favorite shit is, for me, it goes all the way back to like Fubar Bundy with bitch after he killed someone. And the person, but that was back in the days when the microphone was still live. And you could just imagine on the other end, this internet neat sitting at their keyboard, hearing someone go, bitch. And they're seething, they're raging. And you look at some of the comments
Fucking
on
shitting
Archie's
and
old
pissing.
toxic soap videos and things like that. People get fucking attached, don't they, Archie?
Oh yeah, I got a short where I walk up to a guy and number one rule in DayZ is no mic, no life, right? So
Oh yes.
which is extremely annoying on console, by the way. I've learned that in the last 2 weeks. No one fucking talks. They're all in party
no
chat.
one.
But so they're not getting the same experience. But I walk up, I ask the guy if he had a mic. What the viewer doesn't know is it's a stream sniper, and he's at a well. I wait like 30 seconds and then shoot him. There's so many people in the comments that are saying I'm the reason DayZ sucks.
Yeah.
Like the people, I'm the reason no one talks, blah blah blah. It's a fucking joke, man. But people take everything so personal. They get on the game, they're playing, somebody picks on them, and then they take it personal, like you really just shot him in the leg IRL.
Lad took it personal when I legged him on Utes. He come over and hit me with a shotgun. He took it very personal.
Again, this is us just being
Right, I
dicks where we just want to
fucking did.
fuck with people,
There was
know
three
what
of
it
us on a
is?
server, me, Andy, Lad, and I leg Lad from miles away.
And you know what
I
it
had
is?
the guy who
I-
accidentally shot the producer of DayZ during a hold
Right.
up because he
Yeah.
was so nervous.
Oh, mate, was that? I think that was done after our episode.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So to recap,
Just
Straight out of
from your perspective, because obviously we know our perspective.
Straight out of Pulp Fiction.
oh,
He shot Marvin.
that's a film I have not watched it. I need to watch it.
That is honestly, that is like almost perfect representation of that scene. You must have hit a bump or something, man. I didn't hit shit. No.
But it was on Friday, and it was during one of the play tests, and I was by myself, and I was going to meet up with DOJ, but he died and he got off, so I was like, okay, it is what it is. So I was going to Gorka,
You mean
right?
DOJ rage quit? I don't.
yeah, what else is new, right? No, but I got a Gorka and I'm looting around and I see a couple of dead infected and I'm like, right, well, obviously they're not me. And since I know how the dead infected work and how they stay around depending on play vicinity, and I was like, there's somebody here. There's definitely somebody here. So I'm crouching around being a little sneaky ninja, like, whoa, just trying to find out what the fuck's going on, thinking they're going to be in the police station. No, they weren't. So I found them facing away from us in the shop stall kind of building. You know the one I mean, right? He was looking away. I had my gun. I was like, "Put your fucking hands up! Put your fucking hands up!" And he didn't. So I was like, "Okay, put your fucking hands up." And he flipped us the bird, looking away from us. So I'm thinking, this guy's not really played DayZ that much. He's probably stressing and panicking. Fair dues. And I was like, right, okay, and went on. And then he done that. So I was just like, trying my fucking patience. And I was aiming at his head just in case. But with this mouse, I exert a lot of pressure. And sometimes, without knowing, I just left click. and I shot him, and his brains went all over the fucking wall. And I was like, oh my God, I felt so bad because I thought this guy's a new player. He's just got a bad experience. He's got a roast about it. He's on the fucking subreddit. I'm like, oh, great. So then I put out the tweet. And then the fucking guy, Tim, he responds, oh yeah, that was me. And I'm like, oh my God, I killed the fucking executive producer of DayZ. What the fuck? I legit sat there and I'm like, what the fuck? I could have questioned him.
And we can actually reveal now, hence why Day Lad is leaving the podcast. We have to distance himself from a dev killer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like, and this fucking guy, like, I felt so bad because I could have just sat there, and I could have just talked with him, and I could have been like, so, you wanna hire me? I'm kind of good at some stuff, I can do certain things. That's perfectly fine. No, I shot him in the fucking head. So all chances are gone at this point. All gone.
I think the biggest takeaway from that is that the executive producer of DayZ doesn't know what F5 does.
Yeah.
That's the hands up button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's this person that keeps joining this Discord?
I don't know.
I think we should just let him in. Let's let him in. Let's have a chat.
No, fuck that. No, I
Who
don't
is
know
he?
who
Metalhead. Metalhead.
Metalhead, who are you?
Hello, mate. See, I want to be friends. See, friendly.
Hello, who are you? Hi.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And he's gone.
Can we lock this fucking channel, dude?
I think it is
This
locked, is it not?
Nah. I
No,
don't
we're in the
actually.
wrong channel for that.
Oh.
We should be in stage.
Oh, yeah, we should have been in stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking chancing it. Well, now we've just announced it. We're going to have so many people join.
Don't fucking join. It's my last episode. Don't ruin it. Don't. I'm too pissed.
Gate crashing.
Don't.
Unless they have their camera on, then
Yeah. Bring her. No,
And
actually,
they're
no.
between the ages of... No grooming, Andy.
The fuck? This is being recorded, Dave.
Oh, sorry,
This
bro.
is live.
Is it not being
streamed,
edited?
Never mind recorded.
not for a new pit bull.
It was fucking brilliant.
Lord.
Stand
Pardon
by
me.
it.
But what was I saying?
What's about the
Don't know. We got distracted by Metalhead.
Metalhead.
Yeah.
Metalhead?
You were talking about killing our dev team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'll do it on purpose this time.
Oh,
what do you
no.
want?
Oh, who's this now joining? Oh,
What's all this then?
Mon ami.
Who said no joining?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
And
He'll
by
rage
the
quit here in
way,
a second. So
Yeah.
by the way, F5 is sleeping on the ground. It's not hands up.
No,
What?
it is.
Until next time.
It's it.
All right, somebody pull it up.
Auf Wiedersehen.
It's
not
an
April Fool's anymore, is it?
It is, yes. We've still
Yeah.
got a bit of time.
No, it's after
That's like
12
when
o'clock.
that admin pops up, when they're like invisible and then they're not invisible. Hi! Sauerkraut does that to me a bit.
This is why DOJ gets killed and rage quits all the time. He doesn't know the hotkeys.
Yes. Fucking speaking about sauerkraut, I love that dude, man. I love that dude. His events are so fun. I was so sad I couldn't join the last one. I had stuff going on, but his events are so fucking good.
Oh, it's just a
really-
new dynamic of event. It is so funny, and I loved being a part of it, and then
Yeah.
becoming a shoutcaster of it as well. I found the admin toys very hard to. I'm not very technical minded.
Yeah.
I found the admin tools very hard to like negotiate. But eventually, when I got used to it, and then I could like TP and like fly like invisible and stuff, it was epic. It was actually really good, man. Like I really enjoyed it.
It's good to be invited to be on that side of things as well, right? So
Yeah.
we did like the Taskmaster events, and Dave's done it, Lad's done it, and that.
Oh, did
side
Lad?
was
Oh, yeah, Lad
super
did do it,
fun.
didn't he? He come second, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
You're on my
Okay.
territory
What
now.
up,
Sorry
Dave?
about
Yeah, I
that.
was
For the
gonna say,
day.
you behave yourself, Dave.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
But
I'm
you-
only going to be here for like the next couple of hours probably, but you're still on my territory.
No, you're not. You're gonna be with us forever.
His final goodbye is going to be an Insta ban for you, just like fuck you.
I'm hovering over the ban. Oh, fucking hell, I love you
Now,
too.
I wanted to bring something up, and it's sort of like my shout out as well. You know, we've been talking about the level of depth that people have their attachment with DayZ. I shared this out, but I'm kind of stunned that it's got so few views.
On March
still haven't
12th,
watched this.
2013, a prion disease spreads
watched
amongst
it
the world's
today, actually.
population, triggering a global pandemic. The disease causes proteins in the brain to be replaced with prions, ceasing regular brain function.
This is literally one of the best, if not the best, DayZ lore videos I've seen. Is there anything better out there that any of you guys have seen?
No. It's like a proper
Man.
infomercial, isn't it? Like
It
where he has like
was.
graphs and stuff, or like a little. I can't even know what they're called, but he has
Yeah,
like loads of
even-
people standing up at one point, and
It's like he's gotten a subscription to one of those
iStock.
Yeah, iStock sort of sites in there.
Yeah.
There's stuff in here. The graphics, his narration. How has this video only got 653 views?
Because you said pandemic in the first 30 seconds, in all honesty. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
I actually think you
Oh,
might.
yeah.
I
He's
wonder
probably
if
got
that's
one, man.
true.
I mean, I know that's literally, if you say a buzzword in
Yeah.
the first 30 seconds, I mean, honest, and it sucks because I can tell, I haven't seen that yet, but I can tell the production quality is superb, and he's not going to get
It's very in depth, man. It's so in depth. Like, you know, me with my medical background, I've done a nursing degree, and I was just like, wow, he is.
Affected. All right.
He's got when he starts going on about the polymers in the brain and the proteins and everything, and I was just like, boom. I was like,
in which I shared the brief intro
And his voice is-
Like, look at these
I can
graphics that are
listen.
going in the background. It's
You can say it. You can say,
absolute-
lad, it's dreamy.
It's
Man,
absolute.
hey,
And
that's
yeah,
man.
so succulent.
then you've got this sort of stuff that he put in there. These graphics of.
prions that cause infectious brain disease. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
so
it's such an
good.
in-depth video as well. It's like only you say it's only got like 600 something views. It must be only down to it
635, yeah.
mentioning a
I
buzzword
think-
in the
I
first
think-
30
Yeah.
seconds, man.
And that sucks.
Honestly, I don't think it is because of that. I think it's because, and this is going to sound a bit horrible to say because I am going to be watching the video and he's a fantastic content creator, but the average player does not care about the backstory of DayZ, whereas people like us who is dedicated to the game, they'll want to know something like this because we talked about this on the show where there's literally next to fuck all about the backstory in DayZ, what it is, what it does, everything like that, right? So it's nice to have a comprehensive video that goes into it. So I will be watching that, and it's going to be a good one. I can tell just right now.
The thing is, when you're on YouTube, where you want to be is on the next up tab, and they're not going to be putting his video on the next up tab. I guarantee you, because he said the P word in the first 30 seconds, which is stupid. But they're going to clock that video as possible whatever disinformation.
Yeah, and it's not going to come up in the algorithm. They're going to take it out. Yeah.
You're not going to get auto plays. The only place you're going to see that is maybe in the For You page on the front of YouTube. But it sucks, man, because all of that work he put in, but I mean, he's getting exposure here, right? And if we all share it in our respective Discords, that's how you push it out there.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone in stream and VOD. Hello.
the depth he went into, you know, the stuff about that a lot of people don't know about with Dean Hall's brother being a virologist, and you know, going back and finding footage of Dean talking about you know, and comments Dean had made. It was just next level. If that sort of stuff interests you, like I even shared it with Jay Sutherland from Face Fiction, and I said, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going, yeah, as we talked about in the spotlight with him, but yeah, this is a bit more of a very well researched video that gives you some of the background if you need to know any of that sort of stuff. You know, there's some amazing people out there who are right into this sort of stuff. It's phenomenal. I really
Did
hope.
we link it in the chat?
Yeah, it's been linked in both chats now. Thankfully.
Oh, that's a BWAS vid. Okay, cool.
yeah.
You know what you were saying about that when Dean Hall was talking, when he had like day one. week 1, week 2, week, and then you could see the face changing. You know, and it was just like chronologically happening. That's a big word for me. Note that down. So you see it chronologically happening, and then you see how they become infected because his brother had that know-how and was able to explain it to him, how like being a biologist. It was just like actually wow, like just that is in depth, more like, as in the game is so in depth, like the same as like we were talking about the medical system. That's just on a next level. Maybe maybe Dean's brother did have something to do with that as well. Maybe,
but yeah, it's again, the amount of fan made content out there for this game is massive, and there's so much of it is just very, very diverse as well. There's DayZ content for almost everyone out there. For the autists like me who love the minutiae detail like this, the people who just want the casual PvP. There's plenty of people doing kill montages and stuff like that. It's we talk about this a lot, but yeah.
I like seeing it all. And my favorite thing about when it comes to DayZ and like the community and like what the community produces, it is real life stuff. Like we had the guy who done the boards, which you can't see right now.
Yep.
We've got stuff like that. We've had those pens that were made that the Postal Service decided to completely fucking destroy. Which was such a shame. Arseholes, bastards, honestly, just fuck you. But it's nice to see people go the extra mile to do something like that. And like, I know a lot of stuff that's in DayZ you can buy in real life. And like when I get fit and fucking, I'm gonna be doing that for fucking airsoft and shit. But I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna shut up and keep drinking. Just do your thing.
This is great, man. Lad's already head and hands. I love
it. Yeah.
Fuck.
That sort of leads me on to did you guys watch the spotlight on the DayZ the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I'm aware of who Jay is, and that's totally not because I went on his IMDb page and just double checked just to make sure.
Beautiful man, isn't he?
Look at that.
We actually talked about it the other night, me and Andy did, didn't we?
I watched it, and then I watched his the video, The Cold.
Yep.
And then as soon as I did that, I shared that into my Discord, and I made them watch it. I was like, watch this video now. Watch it, watch it, watch it.
The Cold yet.
There was a good comment.
Fucking watch it. It's
Imagine
brilliant.
what they can do with a serious movie budget if they made that for, what was it, 2,000 quid?
$2,000, yeah.
Yeah. Minimal,
Wait,
man.
Is
that's
the
a
Cold on
movie they made,
YouTube?
yeah? The Cold?
Yeah.
20
Cold,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, short movie.
Okay.
Short, yeah, little short thing.
It's in the description of that spotlight, and also as a card. I'm certain someone in chat will be able to get a link for it. But the Cold Face Fiction Production, it's amazing. But the interesting thing from there that I wanted to get you guys feedback on was Jay actually talked. Because when I hit him up, I hope I did a good job of that interview. But the interesting thing for me was that it's still not definite that it's actually going to be a movie, that they are open to the idea of maybe making a series, a TV style series. What did you guys think of that?
As long as HBO doesn't do it, I'm happy.
I think if they, at the moment, where they're standing is they don't have the budget for a film.
Yeah.
TV series is going to be a lot more.
And you can
series
get
is
more
gonna
in
be-
on a TV series. Like you
You
either
can
do
get a lot more in.
hour and a half,
yeah.
2 hour film, or you can do, 15 9-minute episodes, 6 of them.
Yeah, if you did 6 episodes, there's still going to be more money than I think than a film could be.
Yeah.
People like series, especially limited series, more than movies now anyway.
Absolutely. Well, you can get a whole lot more detail in because it's going to be 8 or 10 hours of video rather than trying to cram it in and cut out all the good stuff.
And it lasts longer and can be savoured.
I will say that I do hope that it's going to be a 6-episode series, but I hope every single episode is an independent story.
See, that's the beauty of it. They've
Nice.
got that option.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've got that
Because,
option.
like-
and you can
because
do it with
it's
some
like-
sort of weird tie-in where the final episode, all those episodes tie in. There's so many different options, lad.
Like Doctor Who, it's going to be a bit of a weird example, but I mean, you guys, you'll kind of know. Every single episode is kind of like an independent story with some element of a overall background, larger story, right? They should do that. They should do that. They should have like each episode is maybe like centered around, you know, 2 main characters or just like a whole bunch of different survivor characters. And then it's like at the end of the episode, or maybe there's some hints of like, just at the top of my head, maybe they'll see for like a split second, maybe a couple of frames on a wall in a town, the Yellow King like sign, like logo, right? It's just something small, something. It's in the world, but it's not like in your face, right? And then it comes to like the penultimate episode, the last 2 or whatever, and then it all ties nicely into a little knot, and then you can move on to like a second series of like what happens to like 2 certain characters or 3 certain characters, or maybe it could be complete new fresh set of characters.
10 years
just
later.
Something like that.
Yeah, you
something
just
like
perfectly
that, you know?
described the show Black Summer on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it.
Never
But you
heard
should
of it.
listen. I've had copious amounts of time while I've been sick and shit, and my computer's been down. I watched both seasons of Black Summer. It's a zombie show. I highly recommend that to anybody who's into this type of, you know, genre. That the whole time I was watching it, I was like, man, I hope the DayZ movie does this, because it does exactly what you just said. It tells non-linear individual stories, and then it all culminates in the end in the exposition. And
what would make my peen explode as well is if they go, if they see another survivor and they go, "Are you friendly?" And then you have to do the wiggle.
Hey, bud.
Wiggle, come on. He's like a suburb.
Like,
Yeah, they have to be
just
friendly.
like I think that's what's really gonna tie like the show, movie, whatever to the game. It's like not in your face, like, you know how we talk about cars flying or stupid game features like that.
Oh, that'd be
It's
amazing
like the
in
little
the
things.
series as well.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that would be pretty funny. Maybe a kid's
Yeah.
drawing of like an Olga in the sky, something
I'm
like
sure
that.
there'll
That'd
be
a
a
nice
ton
add.
of fan service, man, stuff like that.
I really do hope. I really do hope, because like I checked. I checked Jay's IMDb page, and I've seen he's been in a lot of different things, and from what I watched in that video, in the show, I have high hopes for him and high hopes for his team. Fuck. I really want it to.
Exactly,
really
and
want
yeah,
it to
that's
do
something.
well.
That's
And-
something that I tried to get across to him as well. That, you know, I talked about it with some of the comments on the video. Yeah, we've seen what's happened with Halo. We saw what happened with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Oh, sorry, TV series. as
Final
well.
Fantasy.
Yeah, when a lot of these things, when they get ported across to movies and that, it doesn't work out. But
Yeah, but why? What's the common denominator?
yeah, they
It's
go
going to
to-
be really hard to wokeify DayZ, man. You know?
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, it's not even that. What the problem is, and this is something that happened to The Witcher. It's
Oh, they
It's
went
the
away from the source
producers.
material.
yeah, it's the producers. They don't give a shit about the source material, and all they care about is making that
Pushing
money.
their agenda.
No, shut the
No.
fuck up.
I'm just kidding. You know?
It's all about the money, and this is why I have faith in Jay and Face Fiction, because I know for a fact that yes, they are going to probably make money from this. That is perfectly fine, but that is not going to be their main thing. From what I saw, he's a passionate fan of the game, and he does not want to stray away from the source material. He wants to, to go in further about it while keeping that close to him. You know what I mean?
But if you see
just-
what he can do with that small budget,
Yeah.
and
I
a
will
20
be
minutes
watching
short,
that when this is
that is
finished,
such a
but
good foundation.
can-
It's probably
can-
why he was picked.
Can I suggest, even though I this is my last
Only if you
episode.
uncover your eyes.
Hello. Hello. When those episodes come out, all movie, and as long as we have agreement from Jay and the copyright holders, I want to do a live sit down reaction. All of us watching.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to, and we'll stream it. Like we'll even have like Jay, and if he's so inclined and he's able to go through and just I want to watch that shit, dude. Bring it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another drink.
Put it on
And if you-
YouTube as a YouTube original or on Amazon, and we'll do one of those watch parties, and that
Yeah,
actually
dude,
would
like-
be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I want that because damn, like, it's nice to see, and let's not forget that. Let's not forget like the main goat, Mr. Utah.
Yeah.
Let's not forget him. Let's not forget him because he commandeered that whole fucking idea, I think, and made it really successful. And it's a shame that it fell behind, and it didn't work out. Really is a shame. I hope he's doing all right. Actually, I haven't heard from him in a while.
No, he is. He's in the Middle East now, doing a lot of television / ads and stuff like that. He's doing quite well.
Good for him.
I stay in
Good for
contact
him.
with him. He's a good bloke, Mr. Utah.
That is fucking good. Good for him.
But no,
feel sick.
I do think, Jay, one of the
You
main
don't feel
things
well.
I wanted to find out was, what is his DayZ pedigree? And the more the interview went on, the more and more confident I felt. Obviously, funders, backers, they may push it in a different direction, but he knows DayZ. He's not someone coming in who's basically, and he's very conscious of the fact that we are quite an opinionated community.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the one. That's the one thing that we can. I think we can all agree on. Not just everyone here, but maybe everyone in chat and watching the VOD. We all love the same game, but boy, do we have different ideas and thoughts and opinions about it. And you know what? That's fine. That's great. I don't mind that at all. I really don't. Fuck my throat. I need another drink.
What?
My throat is hurting, Archie.
Okay.
You penis.
So I've got a question.
Mm.
Your podcasts are a little longer than ours, and I can't hold my my bladder for that long.
If you need to take a break to
You
have a
just-
piss, go and have a piss.
Mate, I've gotten up and had
Just
two,
punch
three
them up. and fuck them out.
coffees.
Go for it.
We're very casual here. Flop it out right now.
Wait to be-
We'll blur it.
Oh, all right, let me.
I have to ask permission to do shit like this on our podcast, so I like this. Like,
Sorry,
that,
you
mate.
need to go do a shit.
Don't you be reaching out for help when I'm gone, Dave? All right.
Yeah, if I hold up a sign saying "help," he's forced me into saying it because he's.
I do love the dynamic between you two, and it's something one of the reasons
so
why I'm
funny.
sad lad's going is it is hard to have that dynamic. Like you see it when some streamers do a random collab, and you can tell, these two just don't play well together. Most streamers are really good though at identifying people whose play style suits them, and it's the same with doing a show like this. It's hard to get that bond going. I'll always remember Brim from the early days of my show. Brim was fucking he was such a great co-host.
He was the goat.
Oh yeah.
And the relationship that I've formed with Vlad, even with Mark's, it's been amazing over the years. Wee Devil, Valis Mike, it's you guys have got an advantage though in that you're childhood friends.
Unfortunately, yeah. Obviously, comes with a little bit of territory because we've ironed out creases over the years. At school, you're gonna have emotional creases because your testosterone's going everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So we're now a lot older. Like 34, 35 years old. And so we them creases are well and truly flat. So if we didn't know what type of people each one of us and our dynamic weren't good, then we would have
wouldn't
to
work
seek
out well.
friendships with somebody else because it's
Yeah.
it's a bit late now. We've invested so much time and effort with each other. So it's just I think I'm just stuck with him,
And-
unfortunately.
And you can tell there's that chemistry between you two, and it is so funny. It's so funny to watch. And like when we record the episode and we had our laughs, it was just so great. It was really, really great. And
Well, like we
I
were
hope you
talking
guys-
before, you see, Boydie understands. Like, I'm an
Aye.
ex-soldier, but also I'm an ex-nurse that works in a hospital, so I've got double dark humour. Well,
Yeah.
Andy's editing skills and his sort of more of a, political. He's more PC than me. He's the reason why we're not cancelled on the first episode, because obviously I say some shocking stuff. So if you listen to our podcast, you understand some of them stuff is. The last one was just outrightly disgusting, and he kept it in there just to make me look great.
I'm kind of wondering who's going to balance us out after Lad leaves. Because...
Yeah. Cobra.
And we're not going to have any LGBTQ representation once he's gone.
What?
Ruthless.
What I miss?
Lad, come out.
No.
We need to hold auditions.
Lad, have you got something planned as
What
like a
he's
grand hurrah?
referring to there is like Lad and I are constantly doing I think one of our best moments, mate, was the touching at the tips.
Oh mate, I'll do it any day. I'll do it. I don't even have to fucking charge you. I'm just be like, hey bro, I just need some love, dude. Come here. It's all about. As I say to my friends in another Discord, it's not about the action. It's about the intent. All right, just keep that in your mind. It's all about the intent.
Damn straight.
What
Damn
do you
straight.
mean behind it?
I think the best part about this podcast, while I've been on it today, is Andy's reactions to everything. So
Yeah.
I'll just.
I'm Italian. I'm very facial.
Hey, paisan.
Baba the boopy.
Hey, fuck you.
Oh my god. So we've been racist. We've been homophobic. This episode's cancelled. We're done.
I told you not to have me on.
No, mate.
Yeah,
It's part of I think our allure is that we are fairly raw, and we just like we all poke fun at each other, and these jokes reminded me of the '80s King of Lobar in chat there. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, King. Was King in chat before? If not, hello.
Yeah, he's been in.
Hello.
Yeah, so Andy, when you were in the toilet, there was just Body commented on how our dynamics good, and obviously I said we've known each other since childhood. So if you would have binned me off, or I would have binned you off by now, we would have done it years ago instead of investing this much time in each other.
I got a
In each other? That's weird.
I've got a question, and this is a little bit away from the DayZ stuff. Andy, how much did Dave change after he joined the army and deployed overseas? Did you notice a change in him?
Not at all.
Wow.
I'm telling you. So I remember. I tell you what, we were in year. How old would we have been? We would have been maybe 10, 11, whatever, something like that. Really young, right? Yeah. So we had this project, and then the project was like, go away and make some sort of documentary, right? And then everyone did their own little documentary. Me and my mate Rick, we did this documentary about wrestling and our favorite wrestlers and whatever.
Hardy Brothers.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys.
Hey, Hardy Boys,
yeah, the Hardy Boys. And it was really, all fun, and other people did things about their pets or whatever. Dave brings in a cassette tape, right? This is showing the age, right? Brings in a cassette tape where he has sound effects and stuff and just talks about the war. Like World War II. And he's 10 years old at this, 11 years old, whatever. And it's just the most boring. When you're that age, it's boring. He's sleeping. But yeah, he's just always been fascinated with that kind of stuff. And it was obvious that he was going to be going to go in the army. When we were growing up, we always wanted him to be a doctor. Because of his surname, but
I was a nurse in the end, so yeah.
Yeah, he turned out to be a nurse, which actually I just realised the joke doesn't make sense if you don't know his surname, and I'm not going to give out that information. So
people that know that I advertise on Facebook do though.
Oh yeah, there you go.
What's his surname? Proctologist.
I'm gonna
Yeah, he didn't really change at all. Really, if anything, he just got bolder. That's about it.
Yeah,
we all do.
I want to shout something out as well. Lad mentioned earlier just an offhand comment, and it popped something into my brain, and I didn't go there at the time, but he was talking about the problems with the Royal Mail in the UK. I want to shout out everyone knows Dave. Part of what he does with his community, the Legends, is he basically builds computers for people who he identifies as in need and ships them to them using donated parts and whatever he can get his hands on. And they did that for Revive Me Ryan. and
Yeah, I
the
saw those tweets.
parcel arrived, and the computer's pretty much fucked. And then to top
Royal
that
Mail.
off, Global Sprocket, I think it was, had something similar as well. She bought a new computer, and the packaging foam exploded, and the computer got soaked in this fucking foam from the bag and that. What the hell is going on? But it's especially bad for, with everyone knows Dave, they're trying to do something nice for someone. And what part did they break of it, lad?
It was the motherboard, wasn't it?
I'm just
From what I saw.
here we go.
There was a
just
picture of
did
the
the-
motherboard detached from the chassis.
Yeah.
The exact same
And
thing just happened to me. That's the reason I haven't got my computer back up until now. First, it took them 3 weeks to send a 3-day order because the Amazon workers
Yeah,
were
it's
on
like-
strike.
This is the main concern for me. It's like, so it's detached from the fucking chassis. Where's the I/O shield as well? What the fuck did they do?
Royal Mail, man.
It was UPS, not Royal Mail.
UPS. Well,
You can see that standoff there. The standoff is just that, so that means it's just ripped through, right?
Yeah,
completely-
the
all the
screw's not even there, so the
yeah.
screws come off. So the screws come off. So in the IO, obviously the IO shield is like isn't there. So it's like, what the fuck happened? It fucking shit pisses me off. That like, it really fucks me off because people want to do some good things and then
And I
companies
also
like that, they
feel
just
for
don't
Ryan.
fucking care.
He would have been so
feel
excited,
for Ryan,
getting this
dude.
computer in, and then he opens up the box and it's trashed.
It's
yeah.
fucked. And it's not even the fault of, of the guy who's sending it. It's not even. It's just.
yeah,
and
it's
this
out
is
of his
the thing,
hands.
this
As soon as it's posted, it's out of his hands. And then he
That's it,
thinks
yeah.
he's sending a great PC. Some guy's like, I'm getting a computer here. I'm going to be playing DayZ with the lids. And then, yeah, it's going to be such a disappointment from as soon as you received it. UPS, hang your head in shame, bro.
Yeah, pretty
I'd be
ordinary.
wanting to fucking go further with that shit.
But
Like I said, there's a few of the courier companies that sometimes you need to, look at the old reviews before using them. Do you know what I mean? Especially in the UK and stuff, And
I mean, this is it. It's like I've still got stuff to send for. Which Flyver, if you're watching, I'm so sorry, but like the start, the Air Royal Mail got fucking destroyed by a hack. Like they got messed over, even affected my job. And I could have went with like a courier service to send you stuff, and I've just refused because I know for a fact that Royal Mail, if they send it to you, it'll fucking get there, and the money's good. Like the money paid for it is good. But other courier services, especially like UPS, after watching that, I'm glad I never fucking done anything, because if that fucking thing got to you and it was broken in half, I would have been so upset, dude. I would have been so fucking upset.
But yeah,
Now, sometimes
this
it's
is-
worth paying for the extra, paying a little bit extra,
Yeah.
and looking at some of the other courier companies. Like I know you've mentioned Royal Mail, but they've got their staffing issues, and sometimes stuff takes way too long on the Royal Mail. They don't get the funding of what they should do nowadays. But if you look at some of the stuff that can be delivered a little bit faster, there's some companies out there that you can use that are more independent, that actually pride themselves. The more independent ones that
Yeah.
pride themselves.
and invest in a door cam or at least a front camera, because we've all seen
Yeah.
those horrible footage of the driver who's obviously having a bad day, missus kicked him out or something like that, and he's just taking it out on all the packages he's delivering, footballing them over the fence, and so
Yeah.
best thing I ever did was get that, because then also you don't have to worry about porch bandits either. But
We can
okay,
shoot porch bandits now. I love Florida.
let's move on. We've got no lemons this week, so we don't have a console topic.
So, yeah, bless his heart.
Or
He
Bugger's
was
got
just in
COVID.
chat. Hello, Lemons. He got COVID, but he caught it bad. He's caught it bad this time around. So hope you're doing well, babe. Yes, I called you babe. Don't fucking cancel me.
Cool.
But,
It's all about the intent. It's all about the intent.
I love when Lad drinks on the podcast. He slowly gets lower and lower.
Yeah,
lower.
yeah. He's going to be like that little meme of the person looking over the fence by the end of it. But yeah. Modding. Well, we've got 2 modders, so we'll let both of you have something. Falcon, what's been happening in the modding world?
So I just had a few short things. Looks like Hunter Z's continued to be the modding machine that he is.
Oh,
So
yeah, dude.
with the animal mods, we got into the heartbreak of the dog mod, and somebody shot my dog, and then the cat mod, and that was like, it seemed like a bridge too far. And then he introduced rabbits, which was kind of the animations were really good. They're better than the vanilla, in my opinion. And then the rat mod, and now the squirrel mod just came out. And I think the rat and the squirrel, the best thing is you kill them, and then when you skin them, it's just like this skinned animal, and you stick it on the end of a stick, and you can cook it and eat it.
Oh, that's
That is
so good.
class.
That's
Saw that
Yeah.
on Happy Bombs. He was playing it, and it just caused outrage in chat when he literally just shoved this stick up
Yep.
a rat's ass, and that's it.
Oh,
I mean, that's how you do it.
fucked.
That's how you do it.
That's how
Man,
you
that's-
fucking
there you
do
go,
it.
That's the
Bohemia.
world.
Hire him, man. That's what you need. 'Cause I know the animals that are in there now, if I'm not mistaken, they outsource that. So
Yeah, that's correct.
yeah.
So the animations are really good. They're really good. So that was that's the thing. There's another mod I've been messing with that I thought was really good for immersion. It's called suppression. And
Oh, dude, this fucking
Yeah.
mod. Oh,
yep. So what it does is it
Love that.
oh,
I
that
love
fucking
that.
video.
I love that meme. I love that. That is
Yep.
just so brilliant. I'm just imagining all these people getting outraged over a squirrel getting a stick shoved in it. But yeah,
Yep. So the suppression mod, what it does is it adds some visual effects to the player when you're
Mhm.
getting shot at continuously. So it tries to add that fog of war feeling rather than just snap, snap, snap. It's
I don't
get
fucking
hit or
need
they're
that.
close.
I don't need that. That's only for hardcore gamers. You just need to fire. I just need to see you, and I've got fog of fucking war. I've got my Steam overlay up. I've got bloody alt tabbed, and no, that's a bad mod. Bad mod.
no, that's an excellent mod. That's
It's a
fantastic.
fucking brilliant mod.
It
Gotta
is.
control
It's
that
brilliant.
cortisol, Boydie.
I
Yep.
just, it is such a good fucking mod, and not only does it like do overlay, it actually like suppresses your sound. I think it gives you ringing
Yeah.
in your ears as well.
It
Yeah,
does.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Gonna
those
give
are
Boydie
a few things.
PTSD, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. What about you, lad? What do you got? Last review here.
To be perfectly honest, I don't fucking
I
know.
don't know. Fuck all.
I don't. I legit actually don't really have that much. Like when I took my break to start the break, I've literally not been involved in that much stuff. I do know that the jungle mod, Jungle Chinaris,
Yes.
it come out. I'm not too sure if you guys have
Yeah,
talked about that previously.
no, we haven't, but people are
Yeah.
loving it. I'm seeing a lot of content
It's
from
Mate,
it.
awesome.
it's so good.
Jungle
It's
Essica
so-
seems to be the winner. Zero Jungle Essicas. Just
Yeah. In Living Next Dead, he's making a Melcart, like a jungle Melcart kind of thing.
Yep.
Which is great.
Have we had him on here?
Living Next Dead, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
we've had him on the show before. But I'd say that's the thing.
Long
I
time
haven't
ago.
Really, yeah, oh god, yeah, it was
Definitely get him on
ages
here
ago.
again.
Pardon me, I apologize. I really do apologize. Holy shit.
did that come from
But-
you?
It did.
There it is again. What Archie said before, the thing he's loving the most about this episode is Andy's reactions to things. It's like, my God. Dave, I think what's happening here is going, there's more people like Dave in this world. Fuck my life.
Andy, this is your competition.
This is true, man.
You don't have anything to worry about.
But I do know, I have been keeping up with what Hunt has been doing, which is fantastic. It's great. What JD's been doing with the jungle mods, really great. The suppression mod, that did take my interest there. But there hasn't really been anything that's kind of like stood out to me, really.
Lighting mod.
Which is a genuine surprise. It's Shut the fuck up. No, I mean, that is a good mod, to be fair. Even though I made it, but I'd still want to do more stuff to that. I was actually doing stuff to that the other night. I was changing skyboxes, and then I realized the ones that I've got right now are better
Not
than the
months,
ones I
we're
was
talking
going to
weeks.
choose. And I was like, yeah, I'll just fucking keep it this way. No one's complaining about it. I'll just fucking. It is what it is. I will take this time to do a little bit of an announcement. So, people, I've kind of alluded this before, but I'm getting real serious about it. It's fucking serious, boys. It's very serious. I'm also incredibly fucking drunk, but it's fine. So, Sauerkraut and me have partnered together to do an ML server. We kind of announced it at the start of the year, a little bit before. But now I want to form a team together. There's no money incentive. Money is not involved. Getting money is not of my concern. It's Namalsk. It's Namalsk related. I've already got an idea. I've got a theme, and I'll talk about it a little bit here. If you guys don't mind, if that's okay.
No.
Yeah,
man,
let it
have at it.
Right. So the server title is called Fahrenheit. It takes place 15 to 20 years after the events of the current Namalsk law. The infection that was spread around the world was not enough. So instead, the world has slowly turned into a frozen wasteland. The whole story, the idea, and history of Namalsk has faded to history. It's there, but people around the world don't know it anymore. The only way people can find Namalsk is if they just accidentally stumble upon it, right? So Namalsk has been completely turned to snow. And you are a survivor which has just stumbled upon Namalsk. That's it. That's the whole backstory premise there. I'm planning on adding snow to all the roofs of the buildings. I've already got a concept, which is going to have custom sounds. There's going to be custom events relating to the current Namalsk events, taking ideas from The Long Dark, if anybody here has played it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, when the aurora starts appearing and it fluctuates all the lights and fluctuates the electricity,
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to have bird events that fly over every now and again that fly a certain direction. Play the sounds, and maybe you'll find maybe a corpse of a bird somewhere right there. I want to add a custom underground location that bridges A1 to A3, because in the lore they blew up entrances between the two places. Athena Research Institute to A3. They blew up the caverns there, so they couldn't access it. So the only way you can do it is A2. I want to do custom community goals, which will progress the overall story, so you unlock more areas. So like the tunnel, for example, that goes from the north and south main part of the island, you know what I mean? That you come out when you go to A3. Mm-hmm. That's going to be blocked off. That's going to be caved in. Mm-hmm. I've got an idea for a community goal where the survivors have to dump in a whole bunch of supplies that they can't take out of in a barrel. So when that community goal is reached, it'll then unlock that area, and maybe you can do more stuff. But if it doesn't work out, it also branches out into a new story. So each community goal will have a different storyline depending on how active the community is towards reaching that goal. And like I said, no money incentive. I don't care about money. This is a pure passion project. This is all it is. And I need help, because I can't do it alone.
And you're working with the right guy, because Sour loves a bit of passion. He wears his heart on his sleeve.
He
does. He's a good bloke.
When I spoke about the idea with him, he was more than happy to allow me to use one of his servers. He closed down his normal server because no one was playing on it, and gave it to me. So I was really happy with that. But I've been so slow developing because of work.
Yeah, we have a Deddy now, so I think we have space on it, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably what Triggy's want to talk to you about.
Right. I mean, that'd be great. That would be really, really nice. But yeah, so I want to do that. I really, really want to do that. But I need help. I need a team that is willing to kind of like envision that idea. There's not going to be any traders. I'm still contemplating about base building. But one main feature one main feature which I want to develop, and this will be kind of like the main part of the server, and I'll shut the fuck up about it in a minute, is an inner and outer layer system. So you know how you can just like wear anything on your top, like from a shirt to your field jacket. I want to split that into two, so you can double up on your insulation, because the main crux of the server is, because it's a frozen wasteland, the entire planet, it is going to be extremely fucking cold. And you'll start out with warm clothing, but it'll be badly damaged.
That's a challenge. I'll do like the layering idea. I've heard you mention that before, and I've heard other people mention it. I don't know why we can't do that at the.
You can.
Neither do I.
You can.
I mean, like, why we can't in vanilla? I'm sorry.
Oh, right.
You know, you run past a flannel shirt, and then you can put that underneath a bomber jacket. Why not? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, me and Boydie would know about the old layer system. Probably hammered into us as young recruits. Don't walk around with your waterproof clothing on. You sound like a crisp packet.
I'm just gonna quickly boot up my local test server so you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about. If you just give me a moment. This is the first time this has ever been like kind of like published, talked about publicly, if you know what I mean. So just bear with. And yes, I know this is kind of an advertisement, but
and like Ray's is saying, I don't know why it hasn't been done in vanilla yet. Like, you know, if anything was going to be added as a feature, I thought Sumerac might have done that, you know, with a view to Namolsk. Because it makes perfect sense for it to be available for Namolsk, but we're watching the stream, lad, so you're good to go.
Yeah, it's just booting up right now.
Really good concept as well, like having a community goal where you effectively have multiple map versions, right? And you start off with map 001, and you can either go to number 2 or number 3, for instance, or 2A, 2B. And then from there, it branches off again and again and again until you decide to, right, we're restarting again. And that concept, that's pretty good. I'd definitely I'd get into that.
So I kind of got the idea from tabletop games. I'd done a tabletop from like years ago. Well, a couple of years ago with a bunch of friends. So you can see here, this is the sat map. Completely snowed. I'm going to go to Vorkuta. There's nothing in Vorkuta right now. Yes, you can see I'm in the suit.
Cheat.
But I've changed all the surfaces of the ground, so everything's completely snowed. I'm still testing stuff. It's still a little bit broken, like in certain bits here, but I'm working on that. I fucked up somewhere. It's going to have my lighting mod, obviously, but you can see everything's completely snowed. It's all covered in snow. I haven't gotten the roofs, snow on the roofs here implemented yet. But if I go, say, like here, for example, like you've got the snow on the ground here. And all of these surface textures have been custom made by me.
Those are good, man. Those are really good. I have some low poly icicles that look really good if you want them.
Yeah. And I'm kind of like, I'm still got ideas in mind about what I'm trying to go for. I'm going to turn this music down here. As much as I love the music. So this is kind of like what I'm exactly going for. So I go over here. It's not on my local test server, but Athena 1 here will be completely overhauled.
Oh, nice.
If anybody's used DayZ Editor, and you'll see like the one screenshot that's just got like created by a lad, that image, that structure is going to be here. But you can even see here that what it's gonna look like, all the snow. And then what I'm planning on doing here is there'll be like a custom action for you to access through here, and it'll take you into like the underground caverns. They'll split off, and then I want to connect in all the way into A3 here. So there'll be multiple ways to get to A3 instead of just the anomaly. Because what I find about just using the anomaly, too many cambers. Having multiple routes covers that, in my opinion.
How
But
are
it's
you
not.
gonna do the lighting down there?
Oh, it's just coordinates, dude. That's all it is. It's just coordinates. I just got to assign them. And since Namalsk is still using their own coding for like the lighting, I can just simply use that. I don't have to rip anything apart. I don't have to rip it from the mod and put it in. I just need to adapt it, and that's it. So, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. So any takers, you can get in my Discord, ping me or something like that, and let's get a team together. Because fuck me, I want to do a server, dude. I want to fucking ruin DayZ for me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a pain in the ass, dude, but I mean, it's all
dude.
worth it in the
It'll be
end.
fucking worth it. Because even the water, like, because there are some lakes, some ponds. They're like not frozen, but they will be.
Share your
So, yeah, it's gonna be-
Discord in YouTube chat, lad.
Yeah, no, I don't think I will. I think they'll just have to find it for themselves. Yeah, give us a second.
No, I'm excited for you, mate. That looks really interesting, and that's again, folks, like the Friendly Boys were talking before about why they went with a podcast, because there's so many people streaming. There's even duos in that streaming, quite a few of them. Hey You Video Game is one. Freshborn's another. But you got to try and do something different to stand out, don't you, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried the streaming side, tried the YouTube side, and I think many people have. And I think it's so when we got the Lad and Cobra on our show, I asked one of the questions I asked Lad is like, how did you get successful? Is there just something that you stumble across, or is there like a magic recipe kind of thing, or no, what is the crack with that? And I think there is such a not a stigma, but like there is just like a magic recipe kind of thing that you kind of have to know but follow. And when there's more and more people doing it, the harder it is for the next person to then get involved on that. And which kind of
Saturation,
stuff.
man. Saturation.
That's it, yeah. And we started this podcast because we love the game, and we're stupid when we talk to each other, kind of thing. And we thought this might be funny. Like let's give it a go. That's fine. But if we did it in a stream environment, then we'd probably be just wasting our time. Like the likelihood of us wasting our time is far greater.
You just read what I wrote in chat, didn't you, Dave?
No.
Oh, I saw your eyes go up.
Oh no, I haven't got it up. Wait a minute.
So I'm gonna quickly send you a picture, Boydie, for you to show off. This is the concept of snow on the roof for an apartment building.
There you go, folks.
Oh, nice.
So it's just a concept. It's not final. The tenement building is just a proxy at this moment, which is why not all the details have loaded in.
As it's slanted like that, as soon as they come out the door, do they just slip off the roof?
Because his eyes do.
They just go gone, fucking straight off the side. You know what? I should do that. Is a like 1 in a million chance.
Incredible.
Just launched off the fucking side.
Yeet. Well, the dynamics are in the game already. You yeet off fucking everything. Ladders, fucking guard tower. You.
So what happens when you walk on that? Do you walk on the snow or do you walk on the building? Because could you then lie down underneath the snow?
You will not be able to lie underneath the snow, no. But I'm still contemplating how I want to do it. Chances are, I'm going to put geometry around the model, but I'm going to shrink it a little bit so you will slightly clip in the snow. and to give the effect of you like actually walking through it. It'll have like sounds of you walking through the snow, so it's kind of like, you know, that authentic kind of like thing right there. But I'm still contemplating the idea of having multiple versions of the snow on the roofs, so each time a server resets, it's completely different. So it's not completely like the same model in each and every single building. There
Just
could
make
be
a
like
new game, lad. Jesus.
Look, when you've got fucking good ideas and you're as dumb as shit as me, dude, you gotta fucking do it, man.
You remind me
'Cause-
of me and DOJ back when we were doing the Thereafter, when we were making Chernarus all overgrown and shit. I mean,
Yeah,
humble beginnings, and now look where he is. So
that's it. So I've got the ideas there in my brain, but it's just getting the people together to do it. And with my job and the other projects I'm working on, it's hard to prioritize. So
That's what you prioritize.
But
Yeah,
again,
that
folks,
server.
that touches on why Lad is leaving the show, because yeah, we all know how hard it is to juggle everything in life, and you've got to make sacrifices at some point. And sadly, for all of us, the podcast is the part that Lad's had to cut back on, so he can still continue to do
It's
some of
not-
the stuff he loves.
it's not the only thing I've cut back on. Trust me on that.
You
It's
definitely
not
haven't cut
something
back on fucking drinking, have you alcoholic?
You know what? You know what I'll say to that, boy? You know what I'll say to that, you little motherfucker? Cheers.
Love you, bro. Love you.
I love you. I
Mwah.
love you too. I love you too. You sexy man. No, but I have had to cut down on a lot of things, and especially this past month, like my job has been really extremely fucking well for me, and I'm really happy with where I'm at with my company. My company, the company I work at, it's not my fucking company, Jesus Christ, but it's not a decision that I've took lightly, and I have thought about that, and I'm gonna miss doing the show, dude. I am gonna miss
We're gonna miss you.
being able to just, you know what? It's fucking too drunk to cry. I don't want to cry. I'm gonna have another drink.
Is that about, bro? No
But,
shame in crying.
Nah, dude, I'm alright. But there's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and just trying to look after myself, and some things have got to go. But I still want to be creative. I still want to keep occupied. Still working on stuff. So, but I'm really gonna miss doing the show. I'm gonna miss coming home from work and just looking forward to getting the show done. And the first year me taking over, it was certainly an experience. And I talked about this a little bit on our episode with the friendly boys here, the friendly lads, the men, the chads.
We don't
But-
mind boys. Boys is good.
Oh, you sexy man. You also what the fuck is wrong with me? Shut up, lad. Anyway, I alluded to it, and it was very difficult and very scary, and it's given me a good experience. And everybody who's stuck around and supported us, I really appreciate it. I really fucking do. Like, there's no way I can ever convey how happy I am to have had that opportunity to do the show, to host it, and to have people on, getting everything organized, and just it's fucking weird, dude. I shouldn't have drank tonight.
Not at all, mate. But it is.
Regret nothing. Regret
it's-
nothing.
exactly.
Especially doing it live
Making memories.
in front of a studio audience. There's a bit of pressure. It's not huge. It's not, we're not talking fucking we're rocket scientists or anything like that. But the responsibility of trying to get a show up each week for everyone is pretty fucking. It takes. One of the main reasons I stepped away was that it's so demanding. You're constantly looking for enough to talk about each week. Umming and ahhing, worrying that it's this has been an extra long episode, but hey, we did an epic fucking prank this week with the friendly boys. We've got Lad to farewell. I don't care that it's gone long. The show goes as long as it needs to. But it is very demanding, and Lad had that responsibility, and you're still a young lad as well, Lad.
Well, I fucking hope so. It's my name.
Yeah.
But no, it was very, very difficult, and from somebody who's always kind of been on like that co-host role and taking on that responsibility. I firmly believed, and this is the kind of mentality I was in when I started. Continuing on from you, is this show's got potential, and if I can take it along for another 3 or 4 months, I'll be happy with that. And here we are a year later. You're back. I'm going. It's like we've swapped turns. I'll be back
Yeah, but
next
you killed
March.
it, man. You killed it. You kept it going.
You did.
And I mean, I
I
just
tried,
show
dude.
up and make jokes. You know what I mean? And you, like, when Boydie was gone, you know, Marks dipped out. It was just you and Dump. Like you did
Lemons.
all of it. And Lemons, sorry.
Don't forget about lemons.
Oh,
And-
if he is kind of the Clayton's host. We're never sure when he's going to be here, so he is easy to forget. I'm joking, Lemons. We love you.
My bad. What I meant was you put all that together on your own and did it yourself. And all you know, the rest of us co-hosts typically do is just show up for a couple hours. So thank you.
Nah, mate.
I'm sorry you had to
Don't-
cut back on things. Maybe if you once you get back in the right spot, you can restart that premium grinder account you had to cancel.
Nah, of all the things, that's still going ahead. I've got to make my side hustle somehow.
OnlyFans.
That's the one. That's the one. But no, don't thank me. Thank the community, because like I could have done this, but
You didn't say it. There you go. There you go.
there we go. But without them, the show wouldn't have actually gone on. Because I know that when I took over, there was a bit of a drastic change, moved away from Twitch, which I still firmly believe is the right idea, to stay on YouTube.
Second.
But you know, there was a lot of people who weren't happy towards the end of me being on the show, and that's fine. That's okay. But at the same time, like, I want to thank everybody who gave me that chance. I'm sorry for being so fucking soppy. I know it's boring as shit, but
You're making
Thanks.
me cry, man.
Every
Very
time
emotional.
you apologize, you have to take a shot, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, all right, I'll fucking do that. I'll start.
Lad,
Look at
you
all the DayZ
generated
product placement.
you generated a whole series of Lad Champ fucking. I just put a bunch of Lad with the red
Yeah.
dye. No one else on this show has ever done that. You're loved. You're loved by people, mate, and don't forget that. You made a big impact on this show and the culture of the show.
Nah, I'm glad that I've made an impact. I am, and fuck, I am gonna start crying. Shit. God, I'm a
If it weren't for
softie.
you, I wouldn't know what Iron Brew is, bro.
And yeah, but you don't fucking like it, do you?
I mean, it tastes like
So
diet
what's
orange
What's
soda.
the fucking
but
point?
Still, man, I'm learning things, you know?
That's very
soda?
true.
That's
What?
weird. It's not fucking orange soda.
Iron Brews is unique, man.
No, it's not
like
unique. It's like
Dandelion and
Tutti
Murdoch.
Frutti. It's
That's
like
like-
Tutti Frutti.
that's-
Tutti Frutti.
Man, maybe
It's
the one
like-
I got was flat.
I don't think we got
know.
Tutti Frutti over here.
I don't think we do, no.
Nah.
But I just.
We got
I-
the brew
I'm
though.
not-
Iron Brew.
I am.
I want to know what Falcon thinks. Somebody send Falcon one.
Yes, Falcon, mate, just buy a fucking crate of it, and then if you don't like it, just send it to me.
You
No,
can pretty much only get it on Amazon over here. Just,
Yeah.
It'd be like
What?
$40 for a little bottle. It'd be
no,
fine.
it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was like $20 for a 4-pack.
Mate, you fucking they milk you. I sent meat pies to a friend of mine in America. You don't want to know how much
What?
I paid for fucking 16 meat pies.
For fucking a meat pie.
For fucking meat pies.
Yeah,
For fucking 16 meat pies.
six.
I've seen American pie.
We're talking 3 figures, guys, and this is US dollars. 3
No.
figures for 16
like
fucking meat pies, man.
It's
They
like $60 just to get it through customs. It's crazy.
no. These were made in
Wow.
America as well. I had
Oh,
them shipped.
shit, okay.
I had them shipped from somewhere, and I'm glad I did because I love this guy. He's my brother from another mother, Moonshine, who's sometimes in chat from West Virginia. The guy we did the fundraiser for the laptop a couple of years back, and I'll show you guys. I think it's called the Great Australian Pie Company, or
Is that what? That ain't what Australia's well known for, though. Pies, is it?
God
It was
no.
Vegemite.
Those
Yeah.
emus.
Someone handed me a
Blazing at
Vegemite
them.
sandwich.
I love chicken salt, man. Matani chicken salt. That is the
Never,
shit.
I've never
Chicken
had that.
salt.
I've never even
Boy,
heard of that.
get some chicken salt.
It's a seasoning, Andy,
It'll
for your chicken.
change your life. It's just like
Chicken salt is the
just
bomb.
salt with like a bit of like chicken stock in it or something like that. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, we just call that seasoned salt over here, yeah. You eating
What,
that on
in
your
England,
food,
we just have
Paisan?
Salt.
Basil, oregano, thyme.
The Chicken Salt Co.
I'm
The
just
first
happy that there's
Australian
Italians in
chicken
the UK.
salt.
Oh,
Celery.
so the area I live is just fully Italian, like
Yeah.
literally fully Italian. Some of the pizzas and independent Italian restaurants is unbelievable around here. It's amazing.
My father's Sicilian, 100%. So that's, I don't know. I never even saw representation of like Italians in the UK. I guess on Peaky Blinders, right? In the first season.
That geezer Andy is Italian, and his wife's Italian as well. They're a massive Italian family.
There you go, guys. Have a look at the price of that on screen. Now, this is in US dollars.
Fuck.
Fuck. Are they
Yeah.
putting gold in there? Gold leaf?
I mean, with inflation, that's pretty normal over here. I don't know if that's been the price for a while.
For a pie?
Every-
Four pies.
Yeah, oh yeah, like anything with meat.
So I sent them.
fuck?
I sent them 4-pack of Aussie meat pies, a 4-pack of steak and pepper, a 4-pack of the Ned Kellys, and I think it was a 4-pack of maybe the steak and cheese, or might have been steak and onion. I'm not sure. Then I also did send them a recipe for mushy peas as well, and they made mushy peas to go with it, and they loved it. They fucking loved them. But meat pies just aren't a thing in America. They're just not into them. They talk pie. They talk apple pie. And
that looks
things.
like a pot pie to me. I don't know. We
Yeah, I
have
was gonna say,
shepherd's
that's
pie. Yeah,
That's like a pot pie or a pierogi. kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. It looks like a beef pot pie. Or
You know
something.
what it is. You know what it is. It's all fucking wrong. It's all wrong.
Well, you don't like meat
flat.
pies.
Fucking.
It's not quite a pucker pie, is it, though,
I
lad?
don't like pie. Full stop. I can't stand the texture of pies.
Yeah,
Pastries are
then
very
you go
difficult
into the
thing
good
for
old
me.
Irish Guinea. The meat pies, man, they're the bomb. Absolutely the bomb.
Like, let's just put it this way: if I was a Londoner, right, going to a pub, getting a pint or two, they're trying to offer me a pie or something like that, I'd be fucked. They wouldn't even consider me human, dude.
If you
Fuck
come to
that
America,
They
and
wouldn't
go
with
to
that
a bar
accent.
and someone offers you a meat pie,
No.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, I still love you. Dick.
Imagine if you tried your best Cockney accent, and they'd be like, "What? Is he ill?"
This is heaven for me right here. Pie floater. Good old pie floater. Oh,
bro. What
just-
the fuck?
What? So that's
Oh, that
mushy
looks
peas.
disgusting, man. That
I
looks
like that. I
horrid.
think that looks sick. I think that looks amazing.
and then you go,
This
here's
reminds me of Bean with her sweet corn on her sandwiches and shit, bro.
What?
Ain't not wrong with sweet corn and sandwiches. I have
See what
chicken
I mean?
sweet corn.
On sandwiches? No, I think she might have it a weird way.
Big
That kind of
sweet
looks like
corn on
pie
a
and liquor,
sandwich.
doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, you know, like pie and liquor that you get at the old pie and mash shops. On
Yeah,
the
it's like
Thames.
a parsley oil sauce kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's fucking rank, but it's a traditional thing.
I like it.
Pesto, sort of.
there was a shop up in North Queensland
Yeah,
that I used to go
kinda.
to that would they did what they called the pie meal box, and it was like $6 Australian, and it was a meat pie, big scoop of mushy peas, big scoop of mashed potato, topped with onion gravy. Fucking the bomb. One of the best
Oh.
meals. Oh, value
Send
for
me a
money.
recipe, dude. I'll try it.
I love mashed potato.
Oh yeah.
Orchard and
Oh yeah. But no. Anyway, we kind of went a bit off track there talking about meat pies. I fucking love meat pies though, man. I love meat pies. Sweet as Kill, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. We're actually getting quite
Hey,
close
Sweet as
towards
Kill.
the end, but we've got a little bit longer left. But yeah,
I do want to say though that I love
Can't
you
hear
all.
you through your hand, lad.
I'm sorry.
oh,
Now we can.
headphone warning.
No, but
Can I get a
can I get a yeah?
Just to inject some
And-
of
Oh
that.
my god! Can someone please make an audio bite of that noise?
That's your follower fucking announcement right there.
Yeah.
Hey, sweetest Kel, much love to you, thank you. But I want to say, I do love you all. I love everybody in this voice chat. I love everybody who's watching, who will watch. I love everybody in the community. I love the DayZ dev team. I want to thank you all. Everybody, so much for giving me the opportunity and the chance to just be here. I never would have thought that I would have been in this position ever. To be on a podcast talking about DayZ on a weekly basis, having laughs and jokes with the community and just being fucking fantastic. And when I am gonna cry shit. When I posted the tweets and the post in Discord, it was fucking great. Thank you.
Love you, lad.
I'm gonna miss you, bro. We are really gonna fucking miss you. You've made a big impact on not just this
I'm
show,
too
but
pissed for this.
even on the DayZ community, mate. You've done really well for yourself, and you should be proud of everything you've achieved, my man.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're still going to be here. You're not getting drafted, man.
Hey, who fucking knows at this point, bro?
Yeah, no shit.
But
But at least
seriously.
what you've done for the community is now on. It's now in the archives, and it'll always be there, lad. You know, you've got all the episodes that you've done with these guys. You've got all the episodes you've done with us. Now you've got your lighting mod that's throughout the community, and you have other mods that's floating around as well. So you're not
Flashbacks,
gone.
baby.
You're still around. You're still current.
I'm just,
Damn straight.
I've always, ever since I put that post, that I've always been scared in case people like just stop bothering. Like that's been a fear. It's stupid, I know. It's like what the fuck, but I've always been a bit worried about that. But when, like I said, when I saw the response to it and people DMing me, messaging me, you know, wishing us the best, hoping I was doing okay. It was actually quite a bit of a eye-opening experience because I thought, because the way I was at the time, that nobody really gave a shit. But I'm better. I'm getting better now, which is great. But it's just so fucking surreal, and I've never had this before, where I've never had like this kind of, I wouldn't say responsibility, but I wouldn't even say empath because I don't really feel that I've made that much of an impact. It's just me, like I'm just being me. But again, thank you so much. Shut the fuck up, don't laugh. What are you laughing about, boy? No, but thank you. Seriously, thank you. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now and I'm gonna have another glass.
Hey, it took a lot of balls to be that
Do
transparent.
it, man.
dude.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody oath.
That's all I can do. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and pull a face where I'm like super happy that, you know, anything like that. You know, thank you for the opportunity. Like obviously, yeah, thank you, but seriously, like this game, this community means so much more to me than anybody will ever realize. I'm pretty sure a lot of people think the same thing as well. But bro, I fucking love this game. I love this game, dude. What can I say?
And I reckon this game
What?
loves you as well, mate. One day,
I fucking hope so.
one day they'll prove it and they'll give you your red 9.
I was gonna fucking say that, but you beat us to the punch. But thank you. Thank you.
Just call it the
And-
Lad 9 at this point.
It's just, fuck it, why not? Seriously. I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever come back on the show. If I do,
You'll
it'll
be
because
back
of
at
some
Christmas
major
at
event.
least, mate. You'll be back at
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, we've talked about, I will for sure be back for the Christmas episode. But
That's cool. And
But yeah.
showcast you in the mouse server as well.
Yeah. That, I mean, if people's been kind of interested what I'm working on next, that is what I'm working on next. I'm not going to be completely gone from the fucking community forever, but yeah. But seriously, I love you all. Thank you so much. That crying sobered me up a little bit. I'm gonna have another drink to get my back down a level.
Crying whiskey at this point. It's just whiskey pouring down back in.
140 proof.
Mate, hell yeah, dude. No, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. No one wants to see this cry.
We will start doing individual spotlights then, ladies and gentlemen. We will start with our guests. Andy, what's something that you would like to shout out that you think people need to be aware of?
Don't you fucking dare say me.
I was gonna say, Dave, if you see him in the street, just cross the road. So,
I would.
now we know what his face looks like, right? We have no excuse. Shout out. Do you know what? We're gonna go back to Sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And his, which actually hasn't happened yet, but he's done a lot of work on his server Utes with the map Utes. And do we know about Utes? We know about Utes here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Fucking brilliant server. We have so much fun on it, don't we, Dave? Really.
So does Lab.
Well, not as much fun.
He killed us. Well, I killed you and he killed me.
Yeah. But he's got an event coming up called Brutes of Utes, which is going to be like a PvP one life thing. And basically, my shout out is just to him generally in the community. He's such a forerunner for just creating new and brilliant stuff and just keeping something alive.
He puts it out there all the time, don't he? He just literally puts it out there. Even if he had 11 servers at one point, not one person was playing on them as such. And then he now, he does everything for everyone. He wants to cater for everyone, wants to please everyone. And he does. He does well.
Yeah.
He's just so selfless. He's a selfless guy. So I'm just shouting him out. I really rate him so much.
What about you, Dave?
Yeah, he stole mine, but essentially, I just want to say like a big shout out to like some of the smaller content creators. Like I've been watching. I do this segment on our podcast where I pick a video of the week and week, and I do my own like sound effect to that, and Andy loves it. But basically, I don't like to. All the big streamers, they get like their views. They're going to get their views anyway. They hit the algorithms. But some of them smaller guys, especially the guys that are building themselves up. For instance, like Receding Man, who was on earlier on the chat. He's from the console community. They're trying hard to get in this market, and some of them are doing such a great job. So, like I said, like the Running Mans and all these other big streamers.
They don't need the attention of us.
They don't need
guys.
the attention.
Yeah.
But if I go and watch and stay in a stream with a guy with 2 viewers, and he then creates some good content on YouTube, and I'll go and check out his video, he it means more to him. It's the same as if you go onto a server, say a Sauerkraut server, he'll pop out during the day. He'll just pop next to you as an admin, like literally make him appear next to you and go, "How you doing? How's it going?" Like give you a little 5-minute conversation. Get that personal touch. Sometimes you don't get that with the bigger streamers. So.
Yep. I know what you mean. It's not having a go at them. Once you get to that size, it's hard to maintain that personal relationship. But go out there and find, check out, click on the DayZ topic in Twitch and scroll all the way to the bottom and just look and,
all the way,
try to find someone who's new. And, but my personal favorite are the ones who have the title new to DayZ, come help me or something like that. And just sitting in there and having a chat, you can quickly realize whether they're a decent person or not. And, whether you want to hang around, but yeah, and it makes their fucking day. If you want to do something good, you need to build up some karma. Go watch someone who's struggling to get people to watch them on Twitch or on YouTube. Remember, subscribe to the DayZ topic on YouTube, and then you can get an easy list of who is streaming at any time. And also stay up to date with all the latest content from content creators that you may not be aware of, because there's so fucking many of them. But now, bang on the money,
is this,
mate.
a fucking advertisement? What the fuck?
What fucking ages?
Brought to you by Alphabet.
Brought to you by Skillshare.
Raid Shadow Legends. But yeah, Falcon, what about you, buddy?
So I wanted to spotlight the Admiral, who has mods like Admiral's Diving Mod, and
Hey!
Admiral's Parachute Mod. So obviously those have tie-ins to stuff that I do. But since I introduced boats, I wanted to do some diving stuff and have a kind of a tie-in. But we had a technical issue where parts of my boats didn't work if you were running the diving mod. And so I started digging into it.
You couldn't get
He and I
into the
went back
boats
and
if the
forth.
diving mod was on, folks.
That's correct. So we had kind of gone back and forth and dug into each other's code. And then I just spent a bunch of dedicated time drilling to essentially prove it's not on my side. And once I was able to show where it seemed to be coming from, he was able to fix it pretty quick and was really quick about fixing it, testing it, getting it deployed. So I think he's doing fantastic work. I think the parachute mod, and there's a jetpack in there too. That's like for me, that gets a little outside of canon, but it's fun, and he's doing some great work on it. So
Let people play how they want. Don't restrict
exactly.
it. Obviously, if you can make a mod that enhances the style you want, great. But like, when I was chatting with you, Red, back with the Chopper Day, and I said to you, put in as many options, let people turn on or off whatever they want, to, because that it will enable uptake of a mod and enables more people to get exposed to it. What are you two chuckling about, Andy and Dave?
Someone commented that said that I should have shouted out something that shouldn't be said live on air, and I restrained myself, and it was quite funny, but it shouldn't be said out loud.
Oh,
It shouldn't.
okay.
Archie, what about you,
He's
buddy?
been a naughty little boy.
Admittedly, I've been out for about 4 weeks. I'm a little out of touch with everything that's new that's going on. So just to explain myself, my computer, the CPU cooler fan and my liquid cooler, the pump went bad, and it made my CPU overheat, my i9. I got a new liquid cooler, found out that the CPU was fucked, so I spent like $2,500. Finally got everything here, finally got it all put together. On top of that, I've had strep throat for 2 weeks. My wife has RSV, whatever. So does my son. It's been miserable. So I apologize if I've been low energy today. I know I'm usually a lot more upbeat.
You're fine, mate. Don't you fucking worry, mate.
I'm just matching Lad's energy. But yeah, so thank you. I apologize for being gone. But I will say for my shout out, why not use this opportunity to shout out the Friendly Podcast while they're here? Might as well do a shameless plug. It's really hard to get something off the ground and to keep it going. I know I talk about it all the time, how much Boydie and Lad and Brimstone and all the guys in the beginning, how hard it was to get this ball rolling.
I actually want to ask a
going.
question. Were you guys worried that we might take offense at you guys starting a podcast?
A little bit, but B, also at that point, we didn't care.
Good.
If that makes sense.
Good.
That's
Do you know
how
what I
you gotta
mean?
be, man. That's
Because
how you
we
gotta be,
weren't-
bro.
Shit's given.
Because we had nothing to
Eh,
lose. We didn't give a
you
shit because we
didn't-
had nothing to lose.
No,
You
no,
don't
I
give
didn't.
a
It failed, it
I'm
failed.
glad you didn't, and people need to be aware of that. And I'm sorry to cut you off, Archie, but we're talking about the Friendly Lads, and I got that vibe from you, that you were a little bit worried about. Oh, yeah, what are the boys over at the DayZ Podcast going to think? And we couldn't be fucking happier. Like, someone shared it, and I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And the first thing I wanted to do was, because I know there's people out there who love to fucking make drama over the littlest, silliest fucking things. And I
that
think
happened at the start. That happened at the start. A couple of comments about our version, your version. I'm like, actually, and then Andy's quite PC, so Andy dealt with the comments.
Yeah.
But when we and Andy had our conversations, it's like, actually, we can't tread on their toes because they're on the opposite side of that chart that we drew. Daisy in the middle, and that we're on the opposite side. There is no way we stand on each other's toes because people come to us for certain things, people come to you for certain things, and we send people each way every single time.
Is no one else allowed to stream because the Running Man streams or Smoke streams?
It's just more content for the community. And
exactly.
if you care about the community, then you're happy
And different
to see it.
perspectives, different perspectives as well. It's fucking. I love the fact that you didn't care, and I respect you guys for that. And the first thing I wanted to do was, knowing what some people are like, was share your stuff. I think we shared it the very first week, didn't we, lad? I was like, make sure you go and check it out.
We were
Um,
over the moon, man. We were like, Jesus, it happened. Fuck.
Yeah. We super appreciated that as well. Like, because, well, on like I said, on the other hand, like we didn't care, we didn't have anything to lose. But then the way it actually did pan out, we're like, huh, that's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
nice. That's you know what I mean. So the way it did work, it was exactly the way I think the good portion of the DayZ community should have reacted.
Yeah.
You know, like every community has their bad apples or whatever.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, this community is
People
a
get
good one.
tribalistic about things. We all do. You know, I'm very proud Australian. You know, we've all got our footy team. We've all got, but don't let it consume you, folks. You know, don't let something become your identity and hate everyone who does something different or who challenges it. And that applies to almost every aspect of life. You've got to be open to. Different stuff, and you guys provide a completely different style, completely different points of view. And if you loved finding out about DayZ, you've got more ways to do it now.
Just stay out of our fucking time slot.
Yeah, you fucking bitch.
We own this time slot.
Actually, what am I saying? I'm not going to be here anymore.
This is too late for us. We release early in the morning, man.
Yeah.
You can pick. That's the good thing about our format. It can be picked up at any time. People then know that this is the time where they want to see it live and happen.
Yep.
Our one could be picked up. We may release on a Friday morning. Listen to it on Sunday. Listen to it on Monday when you're on commuting to work.
Yep.
But listen to it, otherwise I'll break your legs. Oh, sorry.
Fucking leg out.
I
Fucking leg out.
have to quickly ask, what is the deal with Skittles?
Oh man, I got an
Fucking
addiction.
hell.
I got like a 1K bag. And Andy hates the sound of me eating in his ear. He doesn't find it ASMR like.
He doesn't like ASMR.
So
I
I'm gonna
find
make
sexy,
it.
Dave.
He doesn't find it
Some
sexy,
noises in my ear, right?
but he
And that
gets
is
it
not
anyway.
sexy.
He gets it anyway.
I gotta take.
But I'm
Andy's side on
addicted to
that one.
Skittles.
Yeah. It's fucking
My
awful.
teeth are actually strangely good for someone that eats a bag of Skittles while he's on the computer.
That's because you don't chew them. You suck them like.
Can someone clip that soundbite as well? Put that together with Lad's moan before, and we've got
I think I
one
pulled like
hell of a
wicked
raunchy
face as
episode.
well.
Did you pull a good face? Yeah.
DayZ Podcast After Dark episode. But yeah, Lad, we're going to get you to do yours last, mate. It's only fitting. Mine, I have to. I know we've shouted him out many a time, but I have to shout out Scotty. This practical joke that we played this week would not have been possible without him. He took our rudimentary concept that Red Falcon enhanced with his images, that Wellerton enhanced with his pre-planning that he'd already done around something along these lines, and he made it into a work of art. He shouted me out in the tweet from the DayZ Twitter account, but he should be shouting himself out. Scotty, you're a fucking legend, mate. You and the rest of the team, you've brought this game back from the terrible lows of 3,000 concurrents. We're now at all-time highs. There's that bit of cheekiness back in the DayZ dev team, and we love you for it, mate. Thank you so much for working with us. It was an honor, wasn't it, guys? That when he was saying, yep, I'm getting clearance, and they're in, and we're like, are you kidding me? Because we didn't
You know what I
want
love
to
is
do.
that
They're on board.
you could tell he wanted to be a part of it. It wasn't
Yeah.
like we were fucking pulling teeth like you have
Yeah.
to do with.
Right.
Now I'm so used to dealing with other content creators where you have to like remind them and stuff like that. He was right in there the whole time. I love
Yep.
that. We're so
The
fortunate.
guy's at a funeral at the moment, and he was still planning this stuff, these scheduled posts and
Mad.
stuff like that. That's how much he was. He wanted to do this for the community. We're not laughing at you guys. We're laughing with you. We did this to give you guys all a laugh. And when I saw this episode was on the 1st of April, I was like, guys, we've got to do something. And I didn't expect anything along. You guys had your planned one. Did you think it was going to be
Yeah,
this
which was
fucking
that
massive?
big.
Yeah,
Well, it was that fucking big compared
Yeah,
to what
you-
actually happened.
this was
you know
a
what I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it was,
Magic
of
it was great to be a part of it.
We are very blessed with an amazing PR and brand manager in DayZ with Scotty. So, show the guy some love on any platforms you see him when he's posting and all the rest of it. He's an absolute fucking legend.
He shows a lot of love. I remember when we first started, I got a private message from him, and he was saying, "Oh, he said his job title," and I'm like, "Nah, this is someone fucking with us." And then when I confirmed it with Lad that he actually was a part of the team, and I was like, "Shit, fair play, fair play." I got contact.
Be hard to find in
personally.
other gaming communities for sure.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's actually funny because me and my eldest brother, we spoke about it, and he's console side. He's a bit of a metal PC in console, but he was talking about Vigor and how he hates the community manager for Vigor, which is a shame. You know, it is what it is. And then we're talking about Armor and DayZ, and even he said the stuff I've heard from the DayZ like side, their community, the way they handle the community, it's just so much better than any other BI game. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can actually agree to that. Like Scotty, he's the fucking goat, dude.
He
He's
is.
the fucking goat. Don't
Absolute
fucking change
legend.
Scotty, because you're great.
He needs an in-game character, a playable character.
You know what it is? Well, no, he's actually had his face scanned already.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so fucking, where is it? Come on, where? Chop chop.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh.
He's
God.
the Yellow King.
Yes.
Yeah,
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Lad, give us your spotlight, buddy. Your final one.
My fucking bed in 5 minutes. No, actually,
we do want a photo in the morning on Twitter, mate, of how you pull up after this.
So put a bucket by your bed and make sure you're in the prone position. Like
You know what it is? Yeah, fair. Actually, yeah.
Shit
I was
bucket
so
or a vomit
ill.
bucket?
Christmas,
both.
Can you
Man.
do us,
both.
can you do us a favour, lad?
Grand slam,
Show,
grand
show us
slam
how
tonight.
much how much you've drunk of your bottle, how much is left.
Can't even open the fucking.
Prepare to
thing.
be disappointed.
I was gonna say.
No,
What?
he's knocked a
Oh,
fair bit of that
actually,
down.
yeah, smashed
It,
it.
it was up. Yeah,
was up
it was up
here.
there.
It was
Oh.
up
I was
here.
hoping it was gonna be like 3 fingers or something. I was gonna walk.
When I
But that's
drink,
actually good going.
when
You
I
mix it with
drink, my
Coke.
boy.
It goes down like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, my spotlight is at this moment. I don't know. No, but seriously, my spotlight is actually somebody who's streaming right now. I came across them by chance. I mentioned to Boydie this person, and he said he had a spotlight a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, which is great. But I'm doing it again. It's a person who's called No Fingers Ferris. They're a quadriplegic gamer, and they're playing DayZ right now on Twitch, and they're using like an accessible like kind of controller thing. They've got no motion in the fingers, and I tell you now, if you switched off his webcam, you would have no fucking clue. He
So
uses
what's
a
your
straw.
excuse, Boydie?
Yeah, exactly.
This is DPI. This is DPI.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But he uses a straw to use for right trigger because it's he plays on PC, but obviously uses kind of like controller kind of like controls, if you know what I mean. But I was watching him before, and I was like, this guy who's got this opportunity here to play the game, and he's taking it, and he's having a good fucking time. He's playing on Lux, I think. And mate, if people like that can play the game and enjoy it, and they're making it work for them, I want everybody to fucking enjoy this game, dude. I really fucking do. Props to him. So on Twitch, I'm gonna put the link in. When this stream is over,
Already
I
done
know
it?
we can't like fucking. Oh well, there you go. We can't really raid somebody on Twitch, which is fine. It is what it is. But I want everybody to go in and say hi, give him a follow. He's part of the congregation stream team, so give him some love. Tell him we said hi, and that we'll love him. And there we go. And also, a shout out to every one of you, because you're all fucking class.
So link is in the chats, folks, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Please head on over, show him some love. I think it was Madgry shared him out a couple of weeks ago that I saw. So, yeah, he's fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. It's been one hell of a show. We're sitting at 3 hours. We've done longer, but this one deserved a nice long episode as well. Lad, you're a fucking legend, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. When I scared away all my previous co-hosts, I burned through fucking co-hosts. Archie's the only one who's fucking hung around over all these years. Because he's a degenerate like me, though. That's why. Probably.
Yeah, I do this for my drug money.
Friendlies, Dave, Andy, fucking love your shit. I love your shit, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. You guys are going to go far. With the style that you've done, it is absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see how big. Yeah, what sort of numbers are you pulling over there on Spotify and that?
3 to 4 billion a day.
Awesome.
Yeah, give or take. It depends. Sunday's not that good.
When are you getting Joe Rogan deal?
Yeah. That guy's fucking unbeatable, isn't he? He is. He's right up there.
That's the beauty of this long form content. Yeah, it's great.
We're on a lot of formats. Sometimes the analytics don't. We can't get the analytics to match up, especially with our YouTube and other ones like is it Google Podcasts, and then you have the they're in a different analytics box to another one. So like it takes us time to get it, but yeah, like Andy said before, it's just we're getting our our Spotify and our other ones are getting close to 1,500 each, in between 2,000 stuff each like week, which we're really proud of. And the same as yourselves, you guys like pull in all the viewers, especially with your when you interview people, as well as these episodes that get put out as VODs and stuff, they get good views, excellent views, especially over on the old YouTube. So kudos to that.
It's a passion project, doing a long form thing like this, because it's not an entertaining stream where you're encouraging people to donate all the time and all the rest of it. It's you're doing it because you love what being able to talk about it. I don't know about you two, probably because you're getting guests on now, which is great. But it's just great sitting in chat and getting to talk with other people who are nerds like yourself about something you're passionate about.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the numbers themselves don't really bother us that much. We don't pay attention to them, really. I know that's such a cliche thing to say, but we generally don't. I just look at the graph every maybe 2 weeks. If it's pointing in the right direction, that's good enough for me. If it starts going down, then that means I'm annoying the people that like the podcast. And that means that I'm doing something wrong. So maybe then I'll need to start paying attention to what we're doing. But at the moment, we're just cracking on. We're having fun. We evolve.
We that we found out people don't like a certain type of interview. We've evolved that, and we're moving into another form of it. When Andy sit down and talk and say, in fact,
I love
that
new
one
segment.
didn't get as
we have
many
a new
voice.
segment this episode, and
got a new segment every other fucking week, I think.
Yeah, new segment, and then it gets poo-pooed, and we're back to video of the week.
Love it.
Growing pains.
Keep it up, fellas. Keep it up.
That's it.
Thank you for having us on.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week's guest for April 7th, 2023 is the one and only, he was in chat before, Exclusion. So we'll be finding out what they've been up to. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. It's a wrap on episode 144. And sadly, it's a wrap on Lad's time as a co-host / host of the DayZ Podcast. Thank you so much, mate. Round of applause.
Stop it.
Don't start crying again, bro.
My stomach hurts too much to cry. I am legit in a lot of fucking pain right now.
He's in the hurt locker.
I'm in the hurt locker, boy. I tell you what, mate. I need pizza. I got pizza downstairs. I'm gonna finish that off.
I'm gonna go check on my wife, boys. I'm out of here. Hell hydration.
No worries, buddy. All the best, everyone. And let's go over and raid No Fingers Ferris. Spread some love. Let him know where you come from. Let him know where you're going. All the best, everyone. And ciao for now.
We can praying for